Show. Hey, Michelle, what are your thoughts? Froggy throaty here. See, Froggy's back. Froggy's back in my throat. Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Fester walking in, shaking his head with his hot dog trucker hat. Yes,
Right.
why are you shaking your head? What's your issue?
I'm sounding a little froggy too today.
You're not, right?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I do like talking like this.
All right.
Did you know when you meet people for the first time,
Right.
they don't know how you really talk? So the thing with my kid is
Right.
we go to the supermarket
Right.
and my son will say, use the voice. And I'll pick any voice.
Use the voice.
And he'll think it's the funniest thing. And I'll use a fake voice the entire time I'm in the supermarket.
That's pretty accurate that if you run into a stranger when you talk to a stranger,
Yeah.
they do not know what your normal voice is, so you can kind of do whatever the hell you want.
So it was Sunday evening.
Right.
Cajun Fester picked up prescriptions.
Oh my gosh.
And my son did such a good job.
Where at Walgreens, Publix?
At Publix.
CVS, Publix?
You walk
Yeah.
into the Publix, and, I got to pick a couple of prescriptions.
Yeah. Where my Percocet? where my Percocet? Where my Oxycontin there?
Sir, do you have a phone number, sir?
Where my chlamydia medicine? Where my chlamydia pill?
It's a Tampa number. 813. What was that, sir? 813. 844.
Well, hold on. You're telling me that the Publix pharmacist doesn't know you?
No, I'm not the. First, two things. One,
Right.
it's not the pharmacist that I deal with. I deal with
You mean the pharmacist tech?
Maybe not even a pharmacist tech. I mean, they have
What? The guy from the produce section is working the pharmacy?
they have like a bevy of
Yeah,
assistants there.
Yeah, he was just stocking pineapples. Now he's handing out Percocet.
Well, normally we're a drive-through family. We have one of those fancy
Okay.
Publix with the drive-through.
Oh,
So
yeah.
or my wife will prepay
Oh,
for it
yeah.
and she'll pick it up. But
Yeah, like the Publix we go to, and I got to be honest, we most of our pills, whatever, like I get the for the
ED, right?
we stop
you
it.
get the pills for the ED. It's okay.
For the acid reflux, the omeprazole, essentially. What's the brand name for the Prilosec? So for just little maintenance medications, a cholesterol pill. I was going to CVS, right, because our insurance through Aetna, our company insurance, Aetna is they own CVS Caremark or whatever.
Yeah,
and
it's some kind of partnership.
That's a whole antitrust scam as far as I'm concerned. But they tried to force you to get your maintenance pills from CVS. But our CVS on Henderson is such a miserable experience, or it has been in the past on some occasions.
It's turned into one.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always.
So I don't want to hassle. So we ended up just getting our stuff over at Publix, and it turned out that it was the same price for the 90-day supply. It was like the same price. Or if I want to get stuff, I'll just use like a good RX code, and it's cheap enough.
Oh, Cajun Fester should have used a good RX code.
Yeah.
I got here a Cone Hill.
Sir, what's your good RX code?
It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
So, but then you get to the checkout, and there's always that friendly person. Usually, it's, sometimes a younger person. It's either a younger person or a really old person, or an Asian person. But anyway, nonetheless,
Hold on, what are you saying? What?
That's usually one of the three types of Publix cashiers: either a really young person, a really old person, or an Asian person. In my experience,
Mine too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. At Publix cashiers, I've
That
had
really encompasses everybody.
But-
A young person, an old person, or an Asian
but
person, which could be both.
Young
by the
or
way.
old is demographic as far as age-wise, and then Asian is ethnic. I've had white, black,
But
Hispanic,
they've been either
Asian.
young or old.
They've either been young or old,
Yeah.
or the Asians, which is, in my opinion, very difficult to tell an age on. So I don't put them in either category.
There you go.
Hold on, you can't tell ages accurately for Asians? Well, because, there are a lot of Asian folks who are older than they look. Because a lot of Asians, they age very well.
I was thinking they're older. Yeah. You think they're young. Okay. But anyway, they always say, did you find everything you were looking for, sir? And then, hey, how you doing? Where do you guys keep?
So now you're going into now you're going into like some like New Jersey mafia sound.
Yeah, where do you keep the bullets? Sir, we're a grocery store.
What is Hudson doing?
He's dying. He's dying on the inside, trying not to laugh. Because I tell him, listen, if it's gonna work, you can't laugh.
So they say, Dad, do the voice.
It's just him.
And
so
how many voices are in the repertoire? Obviously, Cajun Fester.
It's Cajun Fester.
All right, we got the mafioso dude.
I've done a Mumble Man before.
Oh my God!
Could you steam the crab legs?
You know what we ought to do? I ought to dig up.
I like 1 pound of American cheese.
No, that's not Mumble Man. You want me to dig out Mumble Man? I've got some of the best of CDs. If you want me to dig out Mumble Man, I'll dig out some Mumble Man in the next segment.
I want you to, but listen, I have to make it somewhat legible. But when you go
now,
someplace,
legible is written. Audible.
Intelligible?
Intelligible or audible?
No,
or
it's intelligible.
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 Make it intelligible, because legible is when when you can't write well.
Audible is, for your ears.
Right.
But,
well, I think both kind of work.
Well, then sometimes we talk like this, and, sir, did you find everything you're looking for? Oh, yeah, I'm looking for the triple X size Cocoa Puffs. You got those there?
Basically, anything you do that is not your normal thing, Hudson is totally entertained with.
What if you do like a jive guy?
Oh, that one, Fester.
Yeah, blood, give me some skin. Absolutely.
Lay it down and smack him, yak him.
I mean, I've done Shaq.
That was the jive guy from Airplane, by the way. Yeah, Airplane.
I speak jive. The mother comes in. So,
man.
But anyway, when you came in with a little bit of a froggy voice, I was like, hey, if this is the first time you ever listened to the show.
Oh, you're a big fat guy, and you go in doing a Mickey Mouse voice.
How you doing? Yeah. But it's...
Have you done that for Hudson?
I haven't, but now it's on the list.
Oh, my gosh.
Do Kermit.
MJ, I'm challenging you, MJ, to next time you... Instead of going to your normal grocery store, go to one a little different and try a different voice.
How you doing? I'm here to pick up my Percocet.
Hi.
I'm here to pick up my OxyContin.
Yes. How many of these Viagras do I take at one time?
What does my finger smell like?
The meat section's over there. Talk to the butcher.
All right. 6:08, just getting rolling. I don't even know what the hell I was going to start the show with today.
I'm sorry.
I was about to ask Michelle something. You know what I'm going to do for the early crowd? It is 6:08, rolling up on 6:09. I'm going to whip out real, genuine Mumble Man next. If you've never heard Mumble Man, that was a bit that I did years ago where you'd call people up and you would mumble. And they would, try to guess what you're saying. All right, I'll dig up a Mumble Man. I'm going to play it next. So if you've never heard it, I think you'll like it. If you have heard it, it'll bring memories rushing back because you haven't heard this in years. Also, Michelle, I want to get your opinion on something that happened to us at 5:20 this morning. Yeah. All right, hold on. Hang on. All that and more next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Just getting rolling Thursday morning. Traffic's on. Is Shriner still out? Is it Kathy? All right, let's grab the latest on traffic.
Slow traffic starting to build this.
All right, 6:18 at the MJ Morning Show, Thursday morning. I just dug up some Mumble Man. So Fester at the beginning of the show was trying to do Mumble Man. Dude, you can't imitate Mumble Man from years ago on the MJ Morning Show.
I can't. That was the mumbliest of mumblers.
All right, well, I queued up a Mumble Man call. I believe this was me trying to call either an airline or a travel agency trying to book air travel. Now, this is the real, authentic Mumble Man, if you've never heard it.
Hello?
Yeah, dude, I want to make a red baby bleed.
I'm sorry?
I want to make a red baby from air travel.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
From where to where?
We'll go to Orlando or Wadidi.
Orlando to where?
Wadidi.
Spell it for me.
W-A-N-D-I-N-D-O-N-D-D.
I still don't understand.
Orlando or Wadidi.
LaGuardia?
No, Wadidi. Yeah, Wadidi.
Okay.
Orlando or Wadidi.
Okay, I understand Orlando.
Orlando, yeah, Orlando.
Okay, say it slower.
Wadidi.
Spell it for me.
W-A-N-A.
Wait, no, spell it slow.
W-A.
W?
Yeah.
A?
E. E.
E like Edward?
E.
Okay, wait. start over again. What is the first letter?
W.
W?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next letter?
B.
What is that? I don't understand.
B. 8. W8. Below.
No, I don't understand the letter you're giving me.
8.
A like apple?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
What's the next one?
8.
A again?
No,
like
no. 8.
N like Nancy?
No. 8. 8.
Okay, let me ask you this.
W.
What- No, sir.
Yeah.
For the third letter in the alphabet, the third letter of this word, what number is it in the alphabet?
I don't know. W A S.
S like Sam?
No, yeah.
Okay.
What did D?
Washington?
Yeah, what did D?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, which airport in Washington?
Buddy,
Dulles?
yeah.
Okay. So now, where are you going to start out now?
Bolena.
Orlando to Dulles Airport,
Yeah.
what day?
Baby Bado, May Devon.
Okay, what day?
May Devon.
May 11th?
No, May Devon.
Wait, say it slower, sir. I don't understand.
May Devon.
May?
Devon.
Oh, wait, are you saying May, first of all?
Yeah, May. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, May.
Okay, what day now?
May Devon.
11?
No. May Devon.
1,
No,
2,
Devon.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah, that is Devon.
7?
Yeah, May Devon.
Okay, and when are you returning?
May 20th.
31st?
No. May 20th.
I don't understand, sir.
May 20th. May 20th.
23rd?
No. May 20th.
27th?
No. What day do the?
Okay, wait.
One day do the.
Sir,
Yeah.
okay. First of all, is it before the 10th of May?
No.
Okay, is it before the 20th?
No.
Is it before the 30th?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
is it the 21,
No.
22?
Yeah, that is May 22.
Wait,
Yeah, May 20th.
22?
Yeah, May 20th.
Okay.
Yeah.
22nd of
That,
May.
May 20th.
Okay, and how many are traveling?
Jody.
I'm sorry? I don't understand, sir.
Just me. Jody. Oh, me.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
What language do you speak, sir?
I'm Cajun.
What is it?
Cajun. I'm a Cajun.
I don't understand.
I'm from New Orleans. I'm all Cajun.
New Orleans, you're Cajun?
Yeah, Cajun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, now.
All right.
Okay, hold on a second.
Is it you United Airlines?
Yes, it is.
Did the French guy?
This is United.
The French guy.
Yes.
French guy United.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, now, let me see if I got this straight.
Yeah.
You want to go from Orlando to Washington Dulles on
Yeah,
the 7th of May,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and
yep.
then you want to go back on the 22nd of May.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lord.
Okay.
Yeah, but let me ask you, wait, how about the bubble plane with the see it?
You want to know how much?
No, yeah, the hammer.
Is it one person?
Yeah, do me.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, one bit.
Okay, 1 minute.
All right. Now, sometimes I get on the airplane. Do you have the bar bag?
Okay, say it again.
Do you have the bar bag in the airplane? 'Cause I get dick. Sometimes I get.
Yes, we do.
I get what?
Yes, we do.
Do what?
We have, you said sometimes you get sick?
Yeah.
Yes, that's no problem.
You got those little bag to go bleed?
Yes, we do.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, it's $250.
Okay, I'll call you right back.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I bet a lot there. There's a lot there. First of all, I guess I was doing the first Cajun voice. I forgot that I pioneered Cajun Fester.
You're Cajun MJ. I'm Cajun.
I'm
from Louisiana.
Cajun MJ.
From New Orleans.
And can you believe how freaking patient that lady was? It was United Airlines. I forgot.
I hope they recorded that call for training purposes because she was wonderful.
This call may be recorded for training purposes.
She was fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How patient was that lady? I called United Airlines. Holy crap. Can you believe she was like going through the, is it the first? Is it the second? Is it the third?
I mean, you have to work with all kinds of people, I guess.
Oh,
Wow.
my God. I cannot believe. And then, did you understand? I get dick. I get dick. I get sick. Yeah, I get dick. I get sick. And I was asking if they. Do you know what I was asking?
I know what you were asking.
What was I asking?
For barf bags.
Yeah. Do you have a barf? Yeah, barf bag. Yeah, my barf bag. Yeah. I even went.
She said yes. She understood the bleh. That's international. That goes across all languages. When you go bleh, they know what you mean. You could have called Iraqi Airlines and she would have go, oh, yes, we know.
I've got a number of those Mumble Man calls. I had to dig up another
Let's
one.
play another one later, maybe. Who knows?
Man. You know, some of the archive crap that I have, it's pretty funny stuff. Hey, our power flickered. Did somebody trip over an extension cord over at hey, who's our are we Duke? Are we Duke's mayonnaise and power over? Hey, Andrew, do you know look, I live in South Tampa, so I'm Tico. At home, I have Tico. Now we're in St. Pete. You know, our studios are here near 4th and Gandy in St. Petersburg in a decrepit office park. Andrew, are we Duke Energy here? Do you know? Or hold on, you have no idea?
I don't know.
Who's your energy company up in Carrollwood?
Tico.
Oh, you're Tico as well.
Yeah,
I don't know whether you were Jeff's Energy.
For some
You
reason.
know, Jeff's making inroads into the Tampa Bay area.
Yeah, he is.
Jeff's Power and Light.
He's got one truck.
Yeah. He's got a couple of houses. So our power just flickered. I hope are we on normal power or did the generator kick in? Do you have any idea? Yeah, our power flickered. All the lights went. So, hey, Fester, got another lottery win. Hey, where'd Michelle go?
She said she had enough of this joint and she's getting out of here.
No, she didn't.
Did you hear her phone ring in the middle of the call?
No, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, she let. Oh, I hope this
Yeah.
not. Because Chloe's headed to Vegas.
You want to Vegas?
Yeah, Chloe on airplane ride to Las Vegas. Yeah, Chloe for a long weekend with a friend in Las Vegas.
Yeah, the microphones were off, but we're playing the call. But in the studio, her phone rang, and she picked it up and walked out. I haven't seen her since. That's been about 5 minutes.
Yeah, hang on. I'm trying to see where Chloe is on our family mapping.
Did you look up?
Yeah, hold it. Is everything okay?
I don't know. Michelle's giving you
Hold
the
on.
wave off.
Well, can you come on the air and tell us what's going on? No?
She said she's handling it.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you heard her. She said, I'm handling it right now, but it's... What's the handle?
I don't know. Chloe is going to Las Vegas with a good friend of hers, like a little, girls' weekend. And I don't know what the hell Michelle's handling. Julian was dropping Chloe off at the airport. And that should be it.
So Julian drove Chloe's car?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so Chloe's friend stayed over at our house last night.
Okay.
And Julian was going to drop Chloe and the friend off at the airport for a Tampa to Vegas this morning. And I don't know why Michelle walked out of the studio to go handle something. What's it to handle? They have their tickets. Their boarding pass is on the app. You go to TSA.
Are they flying Southwest?
No.
Oh, they missed bags fly free by one day.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not on Southwest, but they both have the app. They both are TSA pre-check. So what could the freaking issue be?
I don't know, but she's all worked up, man. I saw she gave you like
no.
She gave you the eye. She's like, I'm handling it, and she gave you the glare.
Yeah, something's going on.
I don't know.
I hope nothing's wrong. I mean, this is easy crap. We fly all the time. You go to the airport, you go through security, you get on the freaking plane.
Seems pretty simple.
They've got no check luggage. They're all carry-on. So I don't know what the issue is. I guess we'll find out as soon as Michelle will make an appearance back into the studio.
Or not. She's all worked up.
Well, Michelle seemed pretty annoyed at whatever's going on. I hear Michelle in the hall. No, really. What's going on? All right, Andrew, were you on the air with that or just in my ear?
No, it was in the ear.
All right. Yeah, Andrew said, one of them's on the no-fly list. No, I don't think either of them is on the no-fly list. Hey, Andrew, can you hear? Turn your microphone on. So Michelle's in the hallway outside of Andrew's producer booth studio across from us. Can you hear any bits and pieces? Can you put anything together on what the hell's going on?
I haven't been able to put anything together yet.
Oh,
All right.
jeez.
Get to work,
All right.
man.
All right, Michelle, is it what? Fill us in. I mean, I'm intrigued. What,
Michelle, you know you can't leave him hanging like this.
Michelle has walked back into the studio at 6:30. What is going on?
Their flight's been delayed.
Okay.
All that because their flight has been delayed
Until after midnight tonight.
Get out of here.
Something like near midnight or whatever. Yeah.
What?
Like 12 hours.
All right, hold on a minute.
Or more. No,
What?
18 hours or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They're on Frontier.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is the sloth on the back of the plane?
We're getting to it.
They've got the sloth. Oh, that sucks. Their flight has been hang on. Julian is calling in because Julian dropped off Chloe at the airport.
Yeah.
Julian, what the hell is going on?
I don't know, honestly. She just said take him to the airport, so now I'm back home sitting in the driveway, so awaiting further instructions if I should go back and pick him up or not.
No, we booked them on something else.
Yeah, so that.
All right.
Sounds good?
Listen to me. This is the
Yeah.
deal. Okay.
Well,
Be quiet. Be
all right.
quiet.
Okay. I'm quiet.
I'll give you the
Well,
report.
it's the family drill.
All
Yeah,
right,
let Michelle is going to explain.
Go ahead, Michelle.
The girls are standing in line
Yeah.
to do the check-in. I guess they recognized an issue when they got to the airport. So they're standing in line at Frontier, and they see all the people ahead of them are getting refund cards, right? Like or some information about getting a refund.
Oh.
And then they have the notification, they have it on their app that the flight is delayed until close to midnight tonight. And so,
hold on,
stop. So
What?
they Chloe called me and said, what do we do? Because they're trying to find something else to get there because
Yeah.
we have a hotel and everything
Yeah,
else.
oh, yeah.
And so I looked it up, and her friend looked it up, and there's an alternative, another airline carrier that will get them there. It leaves at 9-something this morning. And I said, book it, and when you get up there, have them give you the refund.
Holy crap.
But now they're buying a last-minute ticket. It's probably through the roof on
How
price.
much is it?
I don't want to say because if people are listening, they're going to flock to it, and then it might not work out for them.
Well,
It's your new favorite airline, buddy.
Spirit. So how much is Spirit to Vegas right now?
Probably,
$268.
yeah, but I was going to
All
get
right,
$300.
it's not terrible.
It's not terrible. Yeah.
Holy crap. So Frontier F them.
Well,
How do you delay a flight from they had a 7 a.m. flight to Las Vegas and it's going to be delayed until midnight tonight? What the hell is Frontier doing?
Yeah, we have a little 18-hour delay.
that's why I was.
Are they waiting for a part?
Oh my
I
god.
was trying to get a hold of Julian because he has that special app where he can check on things and see to verify.
Yeah, it's called Flight Radar 24.
Yeah.
I have the same app. It's not like secret and special.
It's not like it's
No,
from
but-
like the CIA or something. Where they
Flight radar, flight
but you're
aware,
busy.
Yeah.
ADS
You're busy and he's
exchange.
not.
Yeah.
He's available.
Holy
All right.
crap. How do you Frontier, how do you delay a 7 a.m. flight until midnight tonight from Tampa to Vegas?
I don't know.
Holy frigamoly.
That's a whole plane load of people.
Yeah.
Think about how many flights that plane was going to take today. Because it was going to fly to Vegas, and it was going to turn around and go to Wichita, then it was
Oh,
going to go to
man.
Boston.
What
Yeah.
a lousy Frontier experience. That sucks.
And they're flying home on Frontier on Sunday.
Well, I hope that one works. Maybe, possibly.
Book a refundable round trip right now on Spirit just in case.
Oh, that's
and
a good
then
idea.
cancel it if you have to.
How much was the Spirit flight from Tampa to Vegas? Like, how much more do they have to pay now? How much was the Frontier flight?
Yeah.
And Spirit is $268 or whatever. How much more are they paying?
I didn't do that analysis.
I mean, there are no more cheap flights to Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I flew to Vegas for like $99 back
Yes,
in the day.
remember?
There's nothing like that anymore.
That is, folks, you're
You know
hearing
why?
what?
Because Southwest pulled out of Las Vegas. They don't fly that nonstop anymore. The way remember how we used to fly?
Yeah.
They used to have a great one. It was like a red eye or a 6 a.m. or something.
Yeah,
we can't do that
Southwest of
anymore.
Vegas.
Folks, you're hearing drama unfold on the MJ Morning Show. All right, Julian, thank you for.
Yes,
I guess you're just home now. They're just going to stay at the airport. It doesn't make sense to pick
Yeah.
them up. Yeah,
No.
they'll just stay at the airport and get liquored up. All right, Julian, I'll talk to you in a bit. They're both over 21.
Yeah.
All right, Julian, I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay.
All right, goodbye.
Thanks, man. What a crazy freaking story. That's not a delay. That's like virtually a cancellation.
Well, I think that's what they were understanding is that this is literally a cancellation.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
All right, hey, Frontier, hey, good job. Good job, Frontier Airlines. All right, 6:34 at the MJ Morning Show. Early morons in the news. Frontier leading the pack this morning. Early morons in the news next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Weather-tight windows. Weather-tight mic. Listen, you know the important things, right? So weather-tight windows, weather-tight mic only installs PGT custom windows and doors. That's what they install. And let me tell you right now, PGT custom windows and doors are as good as they get. They're made right here in virtually the Tampa Bay area because they're made in North Venice. I have not been in the PGT Windows factory, but I hear that it is unbelievable. They make amazing windows and doors for the Florida climate. They know how to do it. But then you get an awesome product from WeatherTight Mike, but then you get the installation that is required, that's needed. You can have a good window and door, but if it's not installed right, well, you got a dumpster fire going on. You get great stuff with WeatherTight Mike. Great product and the best installation around. People love dealing with WeatherTight windows. I've got multiple case studies from listeners that have dealt with WeatherTight Mike. Love them. Buddy of ours, Scott, friend of the show, had WeatherTight windows installed before the hurricanes last year. He's in Polk County. He said his house would not have survived if he didn't have WeatherTight windows and WeatherTight Mike. Right now, save $200. There's a rebate on doors, a $100 rebate on windows. WeatherTight Mike, WeatherTight Windows, and tell them that MJ sent you. WeatherTightWindows.com. The Holland Group, Retirement Wealth Advisors, are standing by to help you. What can the Holland Group, what can Steve and Elizabeth Holland do for you? I'll tell you right now what they can do for you. They will build you a portfolio, an investment strategy, and a full retirement plan. They'll put it all down on paper. They'll go through everything. They'll do it complimentary, no obligation to you. All you have to do is call Steve and Elizabeth Holland. You'll get the phone number on their website, askthehollands.com. They've been around as a fiduciary financial advisory for over 30 years, since 1993, right here in the Tampa Bay area. They are a firm that has put their roots down in the Tampa Bay area. They're not some firm pretending to be local, but they've got, their main office, 2,000 miles away, and they got some dude in a cubicle pretending to be, big local advisor. No, the Hollands are right here. Let them build you your investment plan, your retirement strategy, complimentary, no obligation. Get a second opinion to make sure you're retiring right. Are you in your late 40s, your 50s, 60s? Are you getting ready to retire? Are you in retirement? Are you properly planned? Call the Hollands and find out. No cost to you, no obligation. AskTheHollands.com. Tell them MJ sent you. Traffic's on 638. Here is Kathy with the traffic.
Traffic.
Frontier Airlines is really effing with the MJ Morning Show this morning because Michelle is all, frantic trying to help Chloe and her friend find that.
Just a minor delay.
All right, so Michelle's running around. They're trying to check all the airlines. Michelle thought that they had a solution and getting them on a Spirit flight. They tried to book the Spirit flight from Tampa to Vegas. Sold out.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
and Southwest is like $550 one way right now. Oh my gosh. And well, they don't have to check bags because they're all carry-on. But I tell you what, man, thank you, Frontier.
Listen, the couple of $100 difference, that's just one roll of the dice.
Thank you. So not only have you wrecked Chloe and her friends' travel plans right now, Frontier, but now my wife is running around in the hallway, pacing up and down on the phone, trying to help book alternative flights to Vegas here today. And she's out of the studio. I had multiple things I needed to talk to Michelle about, not to mention her dynamic input here on the MJ Morning Show.
Quite dynamic.
So Frontier is really, really screwing things up. I mean, they're really peeing in my soup this morning.
Is that how that expression
I
goes?
have no idea.
I always thought it was cornflakes.
All right, whatever. Soup, cornflakes.
I mean, it's breakfast.
Oatmeal.
It's morning time.
Malto meal. Whatever.
Oh, that's disgusting. Malto meal. Ooh.
Frontier is peeing in my Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, man.
All right, listen, it'll figure itself out. Chloe's a smart kid. She'll figure it out.
No,
it's going to cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, Chloe is a smart kid, but but we're going to get hosed. I mean, they had a decent fare to Vegas on Frontier, and now they're going to get absolutely ramrodded up the rear. All right, Michelle, come on back in here.
Well, that's their.
Hold on.
She's still working.
She's still on. Well, she was walking toward the studio door.
I think she was just pacing, and the studio door happened to be there. She wasn't trying to come in.
All right, what a freaking mess. All right, 6:45 at the MJ Morning Show. I wonder if anyone else listening has any friends, relatives on the 7 a.m. Vegas flight from Tampa International on Frontier that they're all frigged up all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know somebody just dropped off their father who's a degenerate gambler.
Yeah.
He's catching to 7 a.m. on Thursday morning. Yeah, Dad's screwed.
Heading to Vegas. I was planning to talk to Chloe at about 7 before the flight took off to kind of go over some dad things about her and her friend hanging in Vegas for the weekend because I'll get into this later on, but I've heard from multiple people that Vegas has gotten kind of seedy. That, it's never been wholesome and savory, but I've heard that Vegas has really kind of gone downhill.
They tried to make themselves family friendly there for a little while.
Right.
But overall, I have no desire to go to Vegas.
Early morons in the news. Listen to this. Yeah, what a piece of crap. Florida woman caught on camera stealing from cemetery and then used grave mementos to decorate her yard at her house. What kind of sicko? I saw this on the Fox website. Florida woman's landscaping was decorated with items that she stole from a cemetery. That's terrible.
I mean, other than flowers, what can you take from a cemetery?
Deputies say the victim began reporting miscellaneous items disappearing from the graves of loved ones at the Atonia Cemetery. This is in Bardin, Florida. That's what? That's Panhandle? Bardin, Bardin. I want to say that's near, like, Panama City, Pensacola, somewhere up in the Panhandle.
I have to tell you, I've never heard of the town of
Bardin.
Bardin.
Yeah, where is that? No, I don't know. I might be wrong.
You are completely wrong.
I'm completely wrong. Okay, that is, it's east of Gainesville.
East of Gainesville, south of Jacksonville, near Palatka.
Okay, so I'm like completely, totally, positively wrong. Family members later installed cameras near the grave sites, and they captured Catherine Taylor, 61, on video with a wind chime from a grave in her hand that she tried to take another one. Oh, man. According to, this is the Putnam County. Is that Putnam County?
Yeah, it makes sense. Maybe.
Well, hold on. Where Are you sure Putnam County? Where the hell is Putnam? I mean, I've heard of Putnam County, Florida, but where the hell is that? Yeah, bring that up on a map. Let me see where Putnam County is. Is that? Yeah, it is.
Right there.
Yeah, it is.
Just west of St. Augustine, kind of.
Yeah, east of Gainesville is Putnam County.
Yeah, next to Alachua County.
That's like a county you never heard of. Putnam County.
Because there's nothing there except for grave robbers.
So according to the sheriff's office there, detectives went to this lady's home to confront her, and they found several items that she stole from graves in the cemetery, decorating her yard. What a piece of garbage. Yeah, Taylor told deputies she had been caught before taking items from graves. I mean, I'm looking at this lady's mugshot, and she's as creepy as you would imagine, ripping off items from grave sites to decorate her yard.
What a weird fetish or kink. I mean,
Oh,
she's been
yeah.
caught before. She's really into it.
God, what a mental defective. An early report shows that Palatka police, they showed charges were forwarded from 2020 for larceny related to theft from the East Oak Hill Cemetery. So now she's moved on to a different cemetery.
Well, the West Oak Hill Cemetery has much nicer stuff, much nicer wind chimes.
Charged with 2 counts of criminal mischief, damaging property. Man, that is low. That is as low as you can go. All right, listen to this jackwagon in Clearwater. Yeah, Clearwater police saw something that is a little out of the ordinary. They saw a Nissan car, probably a Sentra or an Altima.
They make a whole line of vehicles.
Yeah,
those
all it
Nissan.
says is a Nissan.
Yeah, a Nissan, yeah. Sure.
A Nissan was driving along the sand on Clearwater Beach. Now, to the best of my knowledge, you can drive on the beach in Daytona.
Yes.
Do you need a permit for that, or?
No, I think there's like if I recall right, there was like a gate. There was like
All right.
a check-in gate.
I just don't know of any areas in Clearwater or Clearwater Beach where you're able just to drive your Nissan on the beach.
The sand's too soft unless it was in four-wheel drive, right?
Yeah. I don't think Altimas or Sentras from Nissan come in four-wheel drive.
He might have had like the Nissan truck.
No, this is a Nissan sedan. It's a car. It's not a Nissan truck. All right. Yeah. Wow. Clearwater police officer Ryan Chandler pulled over the 2017 Nissan. It still doesn't say what kind of freaking Nissan, other than it's just a car. All right. Yeah. Jaden Rosa was driving the Nissan with completely bloodshot eyes. Also glassy eyes. And guess what he had on the seat next to him?
What, a big old bong?
An open bottle of Fireball.
That's a...
He had an open bottle of Fireball whiskey in the car. Oh, my God. Son, Jaden Rosa, this is no way to go through life, son. Yeah, so he's driving on the beach in a Nissan. He's got an open bottle of Fireball whiskey.
There's no way to go.
No, son.
Come on, young man.
This is no way to go through life, son. You got an open bottle of Fireball. Yeah. All right, so then we have another cop that steps in, right? All right, so you got Officer Chandler writes in the report that Rosa smelled of alcohol, refused to perform a breath test. Yeah, the officer read the implied consent line, which is on the Florida driver's license, but he refused to. You know, when you get a Florida driver's license, or I'm sorry, in Florida it's called a driver license.
Okay.
There's no apostrophe S in Florida. When you get a Florida driver license, you agree that you will submit to field sobriety testing if you are pulled over under the suspicion of driving impaired or drunken driving. And if you don't comply, then you will lose your Florida driver license for a year. So he refused. He was arrested, charged with vehicular traffic on coastal beaches and DUI. Yeah, booked into the Pinellas County Jail. I want to know if his Nissan sedan got stuck in the sand as well. It doesn't say.
You'd have to tow it out.
Yeah. Anyway, what a dope. all apparently polluted on
Fireball.
Fireball. All right, 6:53 at the MJ Morning Show. Hey, Michelle, do you have things sorted out?
No.
Oh, jeez. All right, hold on, folks. We got a big problem. Michelle just back in the studio. She's been out of the studio now for 25 minutes. You've been out of the studio for like 25 minutes.
Just trying to figure out.
Listen,
you know what? Dock my pay, buddy.
Yeah, you're not getting paid
That's
jack.
Good point.
Yeah, Michelle's not making a dime doing this show right now, filling in. All right, hold on. So I got to get the latest on Chloe's essentially canceled Frontier Airlines flight from Tampa to Vegas this morning. Looking forward to they've been planning this for months, and Frontier F's this up. All right, hang on. Back in a minute. 7 o'clock hour starts next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. When it comes to your jewelry, when it comes to diamonds, there's only one IDC. There's only one International Diamond Center. We are so lucky to have IDC here in Florida. If you are not familiar with IDC, well, I mean, that would be a rarity. But they are the go-to diamond folks here in the state of Florida. You have never seen this many diamonds in one place. Why? They deal direct. They don't have like middleman after middleman. In fact, they get diamonds for other places. Right? Keith LeClaire, the owner, his roots in the diamond industry goes back decades and decades and decades. In fact, started out in the diamond wholesaling business and then decided to open up stores. So that's how IDC came to be. It is engagement season, wedding season. If you need an engagement ring, they have the best designers. So all the best designers that make the best settings and rings want to work with IDC. That's why they have the top designers. Anything diamond related, diamond upgrades. Anything jewelry related, you want IDC. International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, Sarasota. And tell them that MJ sent you. Roofing issues. Who do you call? It's Westfall. Who does the roofing at my house? It's Westfall. Got a leak? Call Westfall. Need a new roof? Call Westfall. Fact, ladies and gentlemen, roofing fact number 26. The average lifespan of a roof here in Florida is 15 to 20 years. So if you're in that zone, it might be time for a new roof or a repair. Got a leak? Got an issue? Maybe residual damage from the hurricanes? Call Westfall. This is a family-run business since 1989. Take a look at their reviews online. People like Westfall. If you're looking for top-notch roofing, you don't want your Herbie's, fly-by-night roofing company. Yeah, you want a company like Westfall when you're dealing with something as important as your roof. Any roofing issue, call Westfall. Westfall, go to the website, westfallroofing.com. Westfallroofing.com and tell them that MJ sent you. When it's time to hire an attorney because you've been rear-ended or T-boned by some maniac that's doing everything in their car but driving. They might have like some power inverter and they're cooking food in a Ninja air fryer while driving. They might be texting, playing games while driving. Next thing you know, they're rear-ending you. They're crossing lanes. They run you off the road. If you've been injured by another driver, you got to get on the phone quickly to Stacy Kemp and the Kemp Law Group. She has an amazing team that's put together. They know how to deal with the other side. They're the other lawyers, the insurance companies. They know how to maximize your settlement. If you've been injured, you have property damage, you've lost time at work, you need the right attorney. You need the right law firm to get you through this personal injury situation. If you've had a slip and fall, also Kemp Law Group. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law, kemplaw.com. Tell them MJ sent you. All right, 6:57. We got to find out what the hell's going on with Chloe's canceled flight to Vegas. All right, back in a second. MJ Morning Show.
An accident.
It is 7:02 at the MJ Morning Show. You know, Frontier Airlines has really disrupted the MJ Morning Show today. All right, Michelle, can you tell me what the latest is? Are you on the phone? All right, Michelle, why are you laughing over there?
Oh, because Fester and I are having a conversation.
About what?
Animal husbandry.
What? What the hell's animal husbandry?
Right, so
I don't even know.
You know.
Oh, jeez.
MJ, you know.
I guess Frontier's on hold for a second, just like their flight delayed 18 hours.
Nothing's going to change with Frontier. I mean,
right.
you can either ruin the show
Well,
or not.
hold on. I want to get the latest on Chloe's debacle trying to get to Vegas on Frontier this morning.
Do we have a plan to get her there?
We have a plan.
All right, hold on. All right, so what is animal husbandry?
Well, Michelle and I, she turned me on to it. These eagles sitting in this nest in some park in California.
Oh, my God, Michelle. It's not some park. It's Big Bear National Park. So Michelle's been following these eagles, frickin' frack. What are the eagles' names?
Sunny and Gizmo.
Okay, Sunny and
Well,
Gizmo.
no,
Those
the
are the
parents.
parents.
No, the parents are Shadow and Jackie. And
Okay.
the eaglets are Sunny and Gizmo.
Sunny and Gizmo. Who the hell named these eagles?
Well, the thing is, you have to name them.
I would name them like Joe Walsh, Don Henley,
Oh.
Glenn Fry. Well, he's expired.
Well,
But
still, he was a long, old man.
Mm-hmm.
MJ, we watch.
Timothy B. Schmidt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we watch these eagles every day, and then we watch them during the day when we're home. And
I know Michelle's favorite part when the baby eagles, they aim their butt out and they blow like white silly string out of their bird butts.
okay, it's really fascinating stuff.
It's called a poop squirt.
A poop squirt.
And we were
All right, but tens and tens of thousands of people have been watching daily this live stream from an American bald eagle nest in Big Bear out in California, waiting for the fledging. Is that it? When the little babies leave the nest. So people are watching from the eggs hatching, right?
yes.
Through the babies growing, and now everyone's waiting for the eagles to finally fly away.
These eagles-
fly.
They've tripled in size in the
Fly,
last
Clarice, fly.
in the last month. Right now, 13,500 people are watching these eagles, and it's the middle of the night.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's not 7:04. It's
No,
It's 4.
in
it's
California.
4 o'clock. Yeah, it's 4 a.m. there.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, it's 7:04 here. It's 4:04 in California.
yeah, unless you do a morning show, 4 o'clock in the morning is the middle of the night.
Exactly.
All right.
And Michelle and I were talking about how bored these eagles must be just sitting in this nest for months on end. And I was telling her how I saw a lecture or a video or a TED talk about how animals might perceive time differently, so they're not bored, and they perceive pain differently than people.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michelle's like, "Where did you get this from?" I was like, "I was watching a seminar on animal husbandry." And then
the hell?
just
Dude,
making
you're a
jokes.
freak show.
No, he's like a walking encyclopedia.
Listen, yeah, I'm the freak show around here. I'm
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I'm the one.
Mm-hmm.
One of us can wear the freak show badge, and you're going to give it to me.
Yeah. No, I don't think
All
so.
right, so now, Michelle,
All right.
what is going folks, if you're just tuning in, we've had quite a lot of drama. Chloe left the house with her friend. Chloe's friend stayed at our house last night. They had a 7:15 flight scheduled on Frontier from Tampa to Las Vegas. Chloe and her friend are going for a girls' little Vegas weekend, and they get to the airport, and their Frontier flight from TPA to Las Vegas is delayed 18 plus hours. That sounds like a freaking cancellation. So they
Yeah.
were telling them, yeah, your flight's going to leave now around midnight tonight instead of 7 a.m. this morning.
Right.
So total wrench in the freaking plans. This whole crisis, this drama developed in the second segment of the show, like at 6:20 last hour. Michelle's been totally preoccupied trying to help Chloe. So you tried to get her on a Spirit flight. Spirit sold out.
Yeah.
Then you try to get them on a Southwest flight. Southwest right now, Tampa to Vegas nonstop, is like $575 one freaking way. So that was out of the question because Chloe's friend, didn't want to spend that much, and
It's a lot of money. You have a budget.
I didn't want Chloe to spend
Yeah.
that much. All right. So how are we rectifying the colossal Frontier Airlines screw job this morning?
So they're going to fly from here to Anchorage to Vegas.
It seems
All right, really.
They're going from here to Phoenix to Vegas.
Oh, that's not bad. They're going in the right direction.
I found them some options on American Airlines, and they're at the airport, so it wouldn't let me book it online because it's within
a
2
certain
hours.
amount of time.
So I said, run over to the American Airlines counter and cry, and the agent will be able to book you right there. And so now they're running to the gate.
What time is the American flight?
It's at 7:50.
Oh, they got time.
Yeah, but they got to go through security. And here's the thing, they're boarding earlier and earlier, so they'll be boarding probably at 7:20.
Yeah.
So they have only 15 minutes right now to get on that one monorail probably going, because there's always only one working, and then there is a line sometimes at the security now.
TSA, yeah.
All right. So, and how much, may I ask, is the American last minute one-way flight to Phoenix and then Vegas?
My price was $431.
Oh my God! And how much was the original Frontier flight?
I don't know, because they booked a round trip because they're coming home on Frontier.
So the whole trip.
Yeah. Oh, well, hold on.
Yeah.
They possibly could be coming home on Frontier.
Right.
So they got, like I said, they got to book a refundable return trip just in case, and they cancel it when they get to the airport. They know the Frontier.
That's what I think.
Can I call Chloe now?
No, she's running.
No, call her now.
Always calling at the right times, MJ.
Listen, we're here. This is a radio show. I mean, listen, we can't control the action.
No, because I wanted
Radio show stops for nothing.
I wanted to talk to Chloe about safety in Las Vegas. We have two 23-year-old.
You missed your window.
What do you mean I missed my window?
You should have done that before this morning. She's not going to answer.
What do you mean? She's not receiving information now? She can't process the dad safety talk about going to Vegas?
Not when she's putting her phone on the conveyor belt to go through the security.
She might be.
I'm guaranteeing you that's where she is.
Hi, this is Chloe. Sorry I couldn't get to the phone right now.
Hang on,
what a professional voicemail. Hi, this is Chloe. Sorry I can't get to the phone right now. Please leave your name and number and I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience.
It's the most professional one in our whole family, which is a surprise.
Yeah, I think MJ's voicemail is a burp and Michelle's is a fart. Oh no, Michelle's is leave a message. And MJ's is... For years, your voicemail was go.
All right, I will try Chloe again in a few minutes because I really need to have the dad Vegas safety talk because Vegas has definitely gotten seedier. Mm-hmm. And I've heard from multiple people in the last couple of years that Vegas is kind of dirty and seedy, and it's
okay. Can I just tell you, I don't know how that can be though, because I helped them book the hotel, and the hotel prices were out flippin' outrageous.
Well, listen, hotel prices like New York City. Folks, if you're Chloe's on hold, hang on.
Okay.
So like New York City, the last year or so, hotel prices in Manhattan, if you're planning to take a trip to Manhattan, hotel prices are out of freaking control in a lot of cities around the country.
Okay, hold on. You're saying Vegas is seedy. It's not like it's East St. Louis. You just have to be more aware of your surroundings.
No,
I mean, she's not going like 10 blocks off of Fremont Street looking for crack.
Listen,
she's not going to like the Spearmint Rhino. She's going to like Caesar's Palace. It's going to be a nice place.
Listen,
we couldn't book a room at the Caesar's Palace.
Yeah,
it was too expensive.
Oh, Caesar's was too expensive?
Oh my gosh, it was. Yes.
Anyway, I've heard from multiple people that Vegas has gotten grimy in the last couple of years. Hey, Chloe, where are you right now?
We are at the airport bar.
So, all right, wait a minute. So you're through security, and now you guys are drinking at 7:10 in the morning?
Yeah.
After this harrowing experience with Frontier, all right. Did you witness anyone freaking out? Were any of the Frontier customers freaking out at the counter downstairs because the flight was essentially canceled?
I think they were overwhelmed, but to be fair, they were keeping their composure. I mean, this can't be the first time it's happened. They handled it fine, I thought.
What time was your Frontier flight? Was what, like 7:30?
7:30, yeah. And so, oh my God, the line in the Frontier at the Frontier counter was outrageous.
And what did they tell you? That the flight is delayed from 7:30 in the morning till midnight?
Literally, it was delayed until 12:29 a.m.
What is that?
I've never seen that before.
Aren't there like protocols that they have to give you X amount of refund or more money if they cancel a flight? So they use this delay. It's not a cancel by definition.
You know what? They need to have, on the tails of Frontier flights, they have their animals like, Willie the Walrus. And they need to have like a giant screw you've been screwed.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah,
Well, and that's what Fester's saying.
yeah.
Like, they should give you the refund of the value of the ticket that you paid for plus 50% because now you're going to have to go and pay
Yeah.
that much more or even more than that to rebook yourself, to get yourself to somewhere where you have non-refundable hotels. And even if you did have a refundable hotel, you have tickets for things. You probably had to pay a deposit for dinners because you're in
Right.
a resort destination.
All right. So, Chloe, I don't need exact math, but having now to switch to American Airlines at the last minute, Spirit was sold out. Southwest was almost $600 one way last minute. So you got on American. How much more is the American one way versus what you had paid for Frontier originally? Is it like hundreds of dollars
I
more?
want to say it was probably like $200 to $300 more.
Oh, that sucks.
I know, but
It's a
we
sucky.
paid for a show. We paid for a show tonight. We paid for a hotel room tonight. Like, we wanted to get there today. Or
All right, hold on. You have a show for tonight?
yeah,
What? Well, hold on. What show are you going to in Vegas tonight?
Magic Mike.
What is it called?
They're going to,
Magic Mike.
Hold on. Are you going to Excalibur?
I don't know. I'm just going to see Magic Mike.
Magic Mike. The male review.
I thought she said Magic Nights.
No.
Okay, no.
Magic Nights.
Magic Mike.
What is she, 13 years old and
All
we're
right.
going to dinner in
All right.
Orlando?
Magic. All right, so Chloe, listen, I got a lot of things to do here, but I just want to have the talk with you. I did mention this to you in person at home, and I just want to have this on the air discussion with you because maybe this will sink in more. I just need you and your friend. You guys are both 23 years old. I need you guys to be careful in Vegas because, you got to, just like you have a little girls trip, you got guys that are going there to Vegas and they're just looking to take advantage and exploit. Just, don't accept drinks from anybody in Vegas. Don't get liquored up. Keep within your mental faculties the entire time and just have good judgment and situational awareness, because the whole what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You've got people that go to Vegas that think that, laws, rules are suspended, and some people behave really, really badly in Vegas. So I just need you guys to be conscious, head on a swivel, and be safe in Vegas.
All right, I gotta go. I have to order my drink.
Chloe,
Okay, also,
Jeez,
wait.
Hold on. I'm having a conversation about safety, and all you care about is getting an alcoholic beverage at 7:14 in the morning?
I have to go.
Okay, Chloe, make sure that you activate your Frontier credit that they gave you and use that at the airport, both you
I
and
know.
your
I
friend.
need to cancel my flight now.
Chloe, don't sit in the front row of Magic Mike.
All right, goodbye.
Don't sit in the front row.
Why is that?
Because
No,
it looks
that's
like
the ticket we bought.
No, that's
they
like
bring us on stage.
Oh no, there's like a splash zone at SeaWorld at this Magic Mike show.
Oh.
You want to be like 3 rows back.
Oh, like body sweat?
Yeah, or
Like the Shamu water hitting you in the front row at
Yeah.
SeaWorld?
Oh, Chloe, you don't sit too close.
Okay, I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, hold on a minute. You haven't acknowledged anything I've just said about your safety in Vegas this weekend.
I gotta go.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.
What's she doing?
Jeez, man, what is going on here?
Okay, I have her email, so I'm just going to tell you how this played out. At 5:41 this morning, they said there's a gate change. Sorry to inconvenience you.
This is Frontier.
Yeah, at 5:41 there was a gate change.
Okay, no big deal.
At 5:53, updated itinerary. Your flight will now be leaving at 12:29.
How did they go from a gate change in 9 minutes or whatever the hell it was, from a gate change at Tampa International for your Frontier flight from Tampa to Vegas, from gate change to your flight is now leaving 20 freaking hours later? Really?
That's crazy.
All right, that is nuts.
Oh, this Magic Mike show
Man.
looks so hot.
You realize what she's going to? Did you even process that?
Yeah, Magic Mike's, that's that Channing Tatum movie.
No,
with
not
the-
now I know.
Okay, yeah.
That's where she's going, and she's sitting front row.
gonna
And
be
Fester's
like-
saying that's not the best seat.
How much did they pay for front row at Magic Mike?
You're more concerned about the cost and the fact that she's going to a Magic Mike show?
I'm concerned about her getting an
Hold
eye
on,
poked.
hold on. Where the hell is that playing? Oh, the Sahara.
I'm not worried about where it is. I'm worried about what it is.
Well, I'm not worried about what listen,
I'm guessing that this is not one of the premier top shows in Vegas right now.
Was she going to get tickets to Carrot Top? Was he not performing?
Carrot Top at the Luxor. Is that where he's? You know what? I like Carrot Top. I really do. All right, moving along here. I've been holding on to this story for like a week, and I'm like, really? The story I've been holding on to is that American breakfast cereals are becoming less healthy. Wait a minute. You're telling me that when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, every freaking cereal started with sugar. You're telling me that the cereals now are less healthy? Hang on. I have the story. So the JAMA, the Journal of the American Medical Association, Network Open, they conducted, I guess, a study. And they found that breakfast cereals, and listen, it's breakfast time. Many are eating breakfast now, or, you had breakfast already. So they've done a study from 2010 to 2023, and they found that breakfast cereals here in the United States have increasing amounts of sugar, fat, and salt, and reduced protein and fiber.
I know I like a good salty breakfast cereal.
Listen.
Gross.
I mean, how much salt is in Captain Crunch?
Chunko salt.
I took the seawater.
Listen, hey, salt is in a lot of stuff, even sweet stuff. When I make my vanilla ice cream, it gets a couple of pinches of salt. My ice cream is sweet and delicious and packed with real vanilla bean flavor.
All right, so I'm looking at General Mills powdered donut cereal.
All right, so I asked Fester to bring up some images or just do a search for 1970s and 1980s breakfast cereals, because I cannot believe for 1 second. I mean, you had cereals that had so much sugar that sugar was the first, like Sugar Smacks. There was a cereal, I don't even know what that became. But
I think it became Honey Smacks.
Was it Honey Smacks?
Honey is a natural.
Oh, yeah.
Honey's not unhealthy. Honey's honey.
I remember as a kid, Sugar Smacks, and I'm looking Sugar Crisp. Oh, there was a Sugar Crisp Bear.
Sugar Bear.
Hey, I'm Sugar Bear.
Hey,
buddy, it's Sugar Bear. I mean, you look at the breakfast cereals like Cookie Crisp. There was a breakfast cereal that was shaped like chocolate chip cookies.
Okay, that's still out there.
Is that out there still?
But it tastes like crap. Here's Super Golden Crisp.
Oh, Super.
That's what Sugar Crisp turned into.
So Fester brought up this Google vintage cereal box search, and all these freaking Quisp. Oh, I remember that.
So
there was something called Freakies. And Freakies were like little monsters.
That was on there.
But it tasted just like Captain Crunch.
Same recipe.
It's kind of like Chef Boyardee. It doesn't matter what shape you get, it all tastes the same.
But then they also try to use that frosted word, and that was code for sugar.
Oh,
so like frosted flakes or frosted, mini wheats or frosted shredded wheat. Then you knew, okay, it's got sugar on it.
So Smurf Magic Berries is different than Crunch Berries. And here's Fruity Freakies.
I just can't believe that the cereals, according to the Journal of American Medical Association, that cereals are getting worse. I don't know how how cereals today are worse than the crap that they had back in the 70s and 80s when I was growing up as a kid. Fruity Pebbles and all that stuff, and that stuff's still around. But, man, every breakfast cereal started with sugar. It was like sugar frosted flakes. I mean, seriously.
Now with real sugar.
Yeah. All right,
and marshmallows.
7:20 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Oh, we've got some stuff we got to deal with. Do you remember the lady that called us that was the bartender down at the Trade Winds? And she called us after the Kentucky lottery winner went nuts at the bar? Remember that whole story?
Well, from her story, it sounded like somebody was goading him.
Well, hang on a minute.
But he was on probation.
They fired her for calling into the MJ Morning Show.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're going to have her on about 7:50. Anyway, we are absolutely loaded. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. So whatever you do, don't move. You don't want to miss a minute of what's coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. How would you like to have an air conditioning company that you can trust? How would you like to have an air conditioning company that's not going to try to get one over on you? How would you like to get an honest assessment, get an honest job at an honest, fair price? How would you like to have an air conditioning company that if your AC is broken, they're not going to say, nope, it's shot, it's done, we can't fix it? It's going to be $7,000 for a new air conditioning system. A lot of companies, pull that. Plan B Air Conditioning, they try everything to fix your unit. I've had stories of listeners that had a broken AC. They called their usual company. They wanted $6,000 to put in a whole new system. Plan B Air Conditioning went out after they heard me talk about them on the MJ Morning Show. It was like $600. Parts, labor, $600 versus $6,000. Listener to the MJ Morning Show saved $5,400 with years of additional service. If you have an air conditioning problem, folks, you call Plan B Air Conditioning. And if you do need a new unit, you can trust them. They're honest. Mention me, MJ, get 10% off. Whatever. Sales service, mention me, MJ, 10% off. PlanBAirConditioning.com, 813-PLAN-BAC, and tell them MJ sent you. So let me give you another great offer here. How about 10% off on any garage door issue that you have? You can bank on Banco. BancoDoors.com. Everyone that has a garage door, at some point, you're going to need a service call. The number one thing is a broken spring. And, you get a certain number of cycles, 5,000, 7,500, whatever. You get a certain number of cycles that these springs last. They got a lot of tension on these springs, lifting up the door, open, close, open, close. And if a spring breaks, call Banco. You can bank on Banco. Just an honest job, fair price. Banco's been around for over 40 years in the Tampa Bay area. This is, independently owned. This is a family business. Best technicians around. Shout out to Gene from Banco. And again, you mentioned me, MJ, sales service. You need a new garage door opener, LiftMaster. I've got the top of the line. We gave away a bunch of those recently. You mentioned me, MJ, asked for the 10% discount. New door, garage door opener service, 10% off. Just mention me, MJ. BancoDoors.com, bank on Banco, BancoDoors.com. At 7:24, traffic's on. Shriner out, Kathy in, back in minutes.
Traffic slow this morning, southbound 19.
guys know the significance?
Yes.
Because
this show is going west.
No, Chloe is trying to go west with her friend to get to freaking Vegas this morning.
I was thinking going south. That's the insult.
Hold on. What is this? I'm hearing about a $10 voucher.
Yeah. So Frontier gave them each $10 vouchers to spend for,
that doesn't
for
even
18
get
hours.
Doesn't even get you a bottle of water.
Well, that's what I said. I said to her, did you use all of your $10? She said no. And I said, run back to the store and get a bottle of water.
Yeah.
A snack or something.
Yeah, use the damn thing. All right, 7:29 now at the MJ Morning Show. 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts right now. Hey, I never knew. Is this real? We have a lot of stuff to do here, including somebody that we interviewed a couple of weeks back that was fired, apparently, for doing the interview on our show. So we have to try to help her get a new job. All right, that's coming up in about 20 minutes. Wait till you hear this.
Oh, no.
This is cray, all right? I had no idea this was a thing. Is this real? If you're trying to keep insects away from your house, what are you supposed to do?
I mean, is it like pesticides, the kind of answer you're looking for?
No, it's not, as a matter of fact.
If you're trying to keep...
Not pesticides. Nope.
Keep your trash locked up? I mean, don't leave that out?
You mean like ants and roaches?
Yeah, I mean, what kind of bugs? I mean, fruit flies?
Homeowners that know that you paint your porch ceilings blue.
No.
Have you ever heard this?
No.
I don't know anybody that has
Come
a blue
on.
porch ceiling.
This can't be real. That especially Southerners know that if you paint your porch ceiling, this sounds like garbage.
Yeah, I don't agree with this.
Southern houses, many have blue porch ceilings. According to John Merrill Holmes, the reason for this lies in Southern folklore. The practice started in Charleston, South Carolina in the late 19th century.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to trust anything out of Charleston, South Carolina in the
Why
late
not?
19th century.
Why? Listen, John Merrill Holmes, they say, and they're a custom home builder, that homeowners would paint their homes haint blue or sky blue to ward off evil spirits. The thinking was that the color symbolizes water, and they believed the spirits could not cross over water. But then it sort of morphed into, wow, we're finding out that this is an insect deter. Get out of here. Blue porch ceilings are not proven to deter insects scientifically. I don't know. But there are some people that believe and swear by you paint your porch ceiling blue and it helps deter insects.
Buzz, 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 buzz. This house has a blue ceiling. Let's leave it alone.
What the hell are you doing?
Buzz, buzz,
What are you doing?
He's doing an insect noise.
Let's avoid this place, guys.
Dude.
Let's keep going. Buzz, 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 buzz.
Dude,
That's
come on.
about the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just running it by folks.
This sounds like it was come up with by some, inbred
Oh,
Southerners.
I'm sorry. Let me explain it to you.
Hang on.
No.
This sounds like it's come up with.
This sounds like it was come up with.
Great English from you there, Pally.
In South Carolina, that's exceptional English.
Okay, you have to read a little further down, but this explains it. The theory is
Well, you probably have a different item than what I have.
that the insects would mistake the blue ceiling for the sky.
Okay.
And so then they would not go there. And they would go somewhere else to set up their little nest or their little home or whatever.
Why don't you paint it orange so they think it's fire?
Hang on.
Exactly. I don't understand.
What? Painted brown, they think it's poo. Oh, they would like
They'll
that.
come to that.
I was going to say, don't paint it brown. They'll think it's poo.
Look at the crap balls on this house. Buzz, buzz. I love it.
Hey, I don't know what's going on. We have, we stop it with your.
I'll fly away. Buzz.
You drive me nuts. All right. We're getting calls on this. Line 1, MJ Morning Show. I don't have a screener up, so it's Don or Dawn?
Don.
Hey, Don in Land O'Lakes. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. That's 100% true. I'm from Georgia, and we do it all the time to keep wasps and other, like flying insects that build their nest on the roof and the porches to go.
All right, Don, you're saying it's 100% true. You paint your porch ceiling blue, and the bugs are kept away.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Buzz, buzz.
All right, so Fester, stop it.
Don's a liar.
Stop.
I'm actually a handyman. I do like all kind of stuff for a living. So painting is one of them, and we've done it multiple times.
So you walk up to somebody's property, you give them a quote, and you're like, "Well, it's going to cost you extra for the blue paint. You'll thank me later."
They usually ask for it. They will normally ask for it.
All right.
Really?
I'll take it from you, Don.
Thank you, Don. I appreciate the call.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Look, every line is, I didn't even give out the phone number, and every freaking line is lit up here. Hi, good morning, MJ Morning Show. Fester, can you bring up the call screener so I can see who's on hold?
Here you goes.
Michael in Clearwater, go ahead.
Yeah, I used to do pest control for 7 years here in Tampa area.
Yeah.
It is 100% true. It has to be sky blue paint. They do wasps, dirt daubers. They see it as the sky, and they will not build a nest.
Wow. I hate those dirt daubers, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Michael. Look at this. Leah in Largo. All right. Last call on this. I got to move on. Hi, Leah. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Yes.
So we have a porch, and my husband wanted to do the sky blue paint, and I was a little concerned about the way that would look, so we just actually tinted our paint with the sky blue, and it's true. We don't ever have to take a broom and clean off all the cobwebs and all that stuff that built up in the corners. They just don't like it. He obviously knew this. He's a contractor, and it's great. I never have to do that.
Unbelievable. Thank you. Every line has lit up here on this. Thank you. I learn something new every day. We have, 3 calls that swear by it.
Mm-hmm.
But some are also saying that, no, it's just, it's urban legend, it's lore, but hey, what would you do if you get into an Uber, you close the door, and then you see that the door handles to get out are duct taped over? Oh, man.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not. Yeah, so this woman gets into an Uber and then immediately texts friends, if you never see me again, show this to the police. So this woman, Lily, orders an Uber. She gets in, and the door handles are completely covered over with duct tape. What the hell?
How is she supposed to get out even when she gets to her destination?
What was that? What was that movie with the serial killer cab driver?
8mm.
Remember he had something dangling from the rearview mirror?
Yeah.
Was it like a little monkey or something? What was that thing?
I think the movie was 8mm, wasn't it?
I'm trying to remember.
Because he would pick the girls up at the airport and they would get it, and he had it was old school's taxi cab that had the
old flag and the meter, or
no, the piece that you pull out to unlock the door.
Oh yeah.
And he had sawed it off so nobody could unlock the door to then pull the lever to get out.
The old little
the button or something. What do you call that?
The stalk or what? That little thing that used to pop up out of the door. That little. I used to love like a golf tee. Remember those things?
Yeah.
The old school door locks that were like golf tees sticking up.
Where you could just 2 fingers pull it up.
I used to unscrew it all the time. I'd be in the back seat as a kid. I'd unscrew that thing all the time.
What a jerk kid you were.
Take apart I was taking apart the car in the back seat.
Probably drove your dad crazy. Where the hell's this? What the hell?
Anyway, so this Lily gets into the back of an Uber, and the door handles are duct taped over. Yeah, I don't know. Would you continue the ride?
How do you get out though? I'm confused. How do you get out even when you get to your place?
Well, where were we? What country is it where the taxi drivers open the door for you? They got a handle.
Japan.
I think also, do they do it in the UK as well?
I don't know.
Anyway, I know we've been in places where the taxi driver opens the door for you. It's like, nope, don't touch it. And they're the movie is Bone Collector. Yeah, the taxi driver with the little monkey charm hanging from the rearview mirror. Yeah, Andrew's saying he's getting a whole bunch of calls. The movie's called The Bone Collector.
The Bone Collector. Starring Denzel Washington and Queen Latifah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Angelina Jolie.
Denzel. Oh, speaking of Angelina Jolie, did you see that Brad Pitt is talking about the 8-year divorce from Angelina Jolie?
It has not been the smoothest of divorces.
You don't think so?
Don't they have so many mutual assets right?
Well, they had yes, and they had this one really big one.
They had like a production company. They had a vineyard.
The vineyard was the big thing because she sold her half of it without like informing him, and I guess that was, he claims, in violation of the agreement. So
this is not a good divorce.
No.
Yeah, hey, I was looking for the story. I just found it because I printed this out. Brad Pitt is finally talking about his finalization, the 8-year freaking divorce process from Angelina Jolie. So Brad Pitt has done an interview with GQ. Man, it's hard to believe he's 61.
No way.
Brad Pitt is 61. And you know what movie's fantastic? One of his later movies. And what year was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? That is such a freaking good movie.
I thought you were going to say Bullet Train.
You know what? I think Bullet Train is actually newer than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It is.
But man, he is that movie. What year was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? What year was that movie?
I don't know.
2019.
There we go.
Oh my God, it's 6 years already.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He was only 55 when it came out.
All right, now you're gonna go zzz, right?
Are there bugs in this?
No.
movie?
All right.
Oh.
So Brad Pitt has done an interview with GQ, and he's talking about he felt relief. Finalizing his divorce from Angelina Jolie. The divorce was finalized back in December. He's finally talking about it in this interview. But can you imagine an 8-year divorce process? And you're saying it took so long because of all the shared assets and they owned the winery, right? The
Well, also
vineyard?
she made some allegations against him as far as child abuse on a plane, and so she had tried to contact the FBI. Then she tried to bring that into the divorce proceedings. So,
all right, who's the whack job in that marriage? Was the wacko Angelina Jolie,
Yes.
or was it Brad Pitt, or is it a combo platter
No.
that they're both whacked?
she is by far
Bonkers?
much more bonkers than him.
All right.
So, I mean, if Brad is bonkers, he's done a pretty good job of keeping it out of the public eye.
Yeah.
I like Brad Pitt.
Yeah. I mean, he might like to tie one on every now and then, but remember, who was she married to before him?
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob Thornton.
And what did they do when they got married?
They had vials of their own blood
Okay,
or each other's blood around their necks.
I think that says it all.
Is that what you're thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money for a good time, huh, Brad?
Michelle and I.
Gross.
What'd you say?
It's a lot of money for a good time. I mean, listen. I'm sure Angelina's a delight in some areas.
Hey, Michelle.
But you go through the ringer.
Michelle.
Yeah.
We do not have a summer vacation planned.
No.
So I still have a good chunk of vacation days left. I've got 4 weeks of vacation left.
I'm taking like all of July off, by the way. I mean, that's summer vacation time.
All right. So I took 2 weeks in March to go scuba diving in the Philippines without Michelle. And of course, Michelle says I can go, but then I never hear the end of it. So I told Michelle, pick a summer vacation, and you've picked nothing.
Well, there's a lot of factors, that go into picking a vacation, right?
I know that Chloe is,
Right. I've got to figure that out for her. I've got to move her. So then I said, well, I shouldn't go on vacation.
Wait.
Maybe I'm going to need you to go help me move her because I keep telling you and everybody else in the family, I'm only getting older.
Well,
I cannot physically lift refrigerators
I told
and
you,
couches by myself anymore.
I will help you move Chloe. But also the X factor is we don't even know where Chloe's going to law school because, she's on a couple of wait lists, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a factor. So is that part of like not picking a vacation that we just don't know yet?
Also, there's just a lot of stuff going on with the airlines. And I'm like, do I really want to do this? And
all right, let me tell you why I'm bringing this up.
What, are you flying out of LaGuardia? I mean,
no, that's Newark.
No, it's Newark is the
I'm
one.
sorry,
Yeah,
Newark.
LaGuardia is actually pretty decent these days.
Yeah,
And, all the new renovations at LaGuardia, they went from ass bucket to a really decent airport. All right. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, and Michelle, what is one of the places you love to travel? What would be like maybe number one where you love to visit?
Italy.
No, I mean Italy. We love Italy, but number one would.
You obviously don't know me very well.
I thought Japan is number one for you.
I lived in Japan for 5 years.
All right, so is Italy 1 and Japan is 2?
They're very, very close.
All right, there. Okay, so I was way far off. The reason why I'm bringing this up is there's this whole thing going around that July is going to bring a massive earthquake to Japan.
Oh, that's the time to go.
Yeah, well, we've been to Japan like I think 3 times. in July, June and July. But listen to this. There's this whole viral prediction that in July, a mega quake is going to hit Japan. So apparently it's tanking tourism. Yeah, so I'm thinking, I don't believe this. Listen, we've already been in an earthquake in Japan. We were in Kyoto in June of 2018. And we were in a 5.6 quake. Remember, our whole we were on the 4th floor of our hotel in Kyoto.
Oh, I remember.
And the whole damn place was shaking. It was incredible. And I'd been in several earthquakes, living out in Los Angeles. But I mean, this was a jolter. And Michelle and I both knew what it was because I've been in L.A. quakes before. Michelle lived in Japan for 5 years, so she'd been through quakes. But Chloe was freaking out. Julian, the kids were freaking out. This is a pretty good shaker. So the point is, Michelle, is maybe there's some good deals to Japan. If people are thinking that July is going to have a major earthquake, this might be a good time to book. Maybe get some good discounted hotel rooms, etc.
Yeah, let's hope they're not right.
Because the word is that tourism to Japan in July is tanking because there's this whole thing going around that the prediction is that Japan's going to have a major earthquake in July. Anyway, I just thought I'd point that out. All right, Michelle got no wang last night.
At all.
Michelle did not get the wang last night. Michelle, would you like to comment on you not getting wang last night?
Or the night before? Or the night before that?
No.
Or the night before that?
No, I'm talking about last night.
She actually seems quite fine without getting the wing.
All right, so
almost like a relief.
Let's talk about your wangless Wednesday night. Can we talk about that?
Oh, that's got a little ring to it.
Why did you not get wang last night?
Because we didn't.
Did anyone go see? It was what? It was Rick Springfield, Wang Chung. Hang on, I got little blurbs of So Rick Springfield. So Rick Springfield. All right, Wang Chung, as you know. And of course, also John Waite was in concert last night. So this was all part of the I Want My 80s, and it was Rick Springfield, Wang Chung.
It's incredible.
John Waite, also, John Cafferty and the Bieber. All of them were in town at Ruth Eckerd last night, and Michelle had made a little noise that she wanted to go, but
these guys have 2 hits each, and they've made a lifetime career.
No, listen, hold on.
I mean, imagine if you can just tour and do crotchety calls that you did when you were 24.
Rick Springfield had a lot more than 2 hits. Anyway, just out of curiosity, how was the concert? All right. If you went to the concert last night, just call me quickly. I just want to know how it was.
It was great.
I just want to, how did everyone sound? All these years later, Rick Springfield, Wang Chung, John Waite, John Cafferty, and the Bieber Brown Band. They were at Ruth Eckerd Hall last night, and Michelle said she wanted to go. We didn't end up going, so there was no Wang for Michelle last night. Anybody, would you like to give us a quick review? How was it? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. So if you went to Ruth Eckerd last night, how was the show? Did they sound good? Because some of the older acts don't sound as good, and some are spot on. We went to Billy Idol and Joan Jett, and they both sounded totally primo. Both fantastic. All right, Andrew's screening calls. All I need is 1 call on this. Maybe 2. I don't know. But I'll probably just take 1 because I got a lot to do here, including a listener that got fired for telling a story about what happened at their workplace on the MJ Morning Show. This is 3 weeks ago. This is unfreaking believable.
That's crazy, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so hold on a minute. Andrew's screening calls. Cynthia is on line 1. Cynthia, did you go to the concert last night?
Oh, yes, I did.
How was it?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Tell me more.
Oh my, it was so good. Rick Springfield was great. He came out in the audience and everything. It was so good.
Hold on, Rick Springfield. Well, listen, it's kind of an intimate venue, Ruth Eckert. So Rick Springfield came out into the audience?
Yes, he walked over the chairs.
Oh, that's nice.
And Wang Chung was great. Cafferty was amazing. And John Waite was good, too.
All right, fantastic. So you
It
enjoyed.
was the best concert. I didn't get home until after about midnight last night.
Oh, wow. And was it sold out? Did it look pretty full?
It was pretty full. I don't know if it was sold out, but it was pretty full.
All right.
My voice sounds bad from singing.
Oh, yeah, I can hear. You've got concert remnant voice right now.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Cynthia. Let me grab Brenda. One more call on this. Brenda's in Tampa. Brenda, you go to see the 80s show last night? Brenda, you there?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, how was it?
It was amazing.
What was your favorite part? Which band was the best?
I had a meet and greet with Rick Springfield.
Hold on, you had a meet and greet with Rick Springfield?
That's cool.
I sent a picture to Fester.
Oh, let me check my text. Hold on.
You texted Fester at 813-310-8444.
Holy cow, there she is with Rick Springfield.
Oh, look at this. Oh, look
Let me
at
see.
that.
Let me see.
Here, look, there she is.
How much did you have to pay for the meet and greet with Rick Springfield?
$350.
Oh, man.
So did that include the tickets as well?
No. You had to pay the ticket separate.
Oh, wow. So the tickets plus $350 for the meet and greet and getting a photo with Rick Springfield.
So, Brenda, did you have a meet and greet with Wang?
Yeah, that's his retirement fund.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they were walking around the venue and you were taking pictures, but I wasn't interested because I was in a hurry to go to the meet and greet.
So you didn't want to meet Wang last night?
No picture with them.
All right, so you didn't get any Wang last night, just like Michelle.
But I was standing in line waiting for the meet and greet, and I can hear them singing. It was amazing.
Oh.
Like, don't wait, not much.
All right. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the call, and thank you very much. All right, look at that. And Fester's holding up the picture
Yeah, look at that.
on MJTV right now of our listener with Rick Springfield last night. You know what? Well, going back to Wang Chung, this is such an underrated song. It was kind of a minor hit, but this is one of my favorite Wang Chung songs. You ever hear this? You ever hear this? Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. You ever hear this? Michelle, do you know this song?
Yeah, I've heard it in our house.
Yeah. Meet you at a restaurant or something? Yeah. This is a great Wang Chung song. Oh, I should have asked our callers, did Wang Chung do this?
Mm-hmm.
This is a great song. Let's go, baby, let's go. Anyway.
I have a question about Wang Chung.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are they Asian?
No. I think the story was they came up with Wang Chung because they thought that was the sound that a guitar lick made or something. I don't know if that's real or I'm just imagining that. And right out into space. This is a great song. No radio stations play this. They play like Dance Hall Days and Everybody Have Fun Tonight. Like no one plays this one. I thought this was a fantastic song. Anyway, we got to call the listener that got fired because we have to try to get the listener a new job. This is crazy.
Do we have to call her right now because she's going to work today? I mean, she has all day.
No. I told her we'd call her around this time. So hold on. First, though, I want to just do something I teased. And my tease earlier was, guess what's a high indicator of divorce? Now, this is really, really interesting. And I've read multiple stories on this recently. So what is a high indicator for divorce as the marriage is just beginning?
Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you swap vials of blood to share and carry around with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad guess.
Like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. All right. No, seriously.
I mean, there's so many things I could think of.
All right. Let me
share.
I mean, meth on the honeymoon.
Let me
hang on. This probably isn't going to last.
All right, let me narrow it down for you. At the reception, something that happens at the reception apparently some stats have been put together, and this is a high indicator for divorce, something that happens at the reception. Michelle, do you have any idea?
If the other person, if the new spouse hooks up with someone else.
No.
What about if one of them gets blitz drunk?
Not what I'm looking for. All right. High indicator for divorce is if the groom smashes aggressively the cake in the bride's face.
Yeah, we did this a while back.
No.
No,
but
we did an incident of it. But
we
now it's correlated to
we
divorce.
did an incident, and then subsequently I've stumbled across a couple of items that is an indicator that I don't know where the stats came from, but when there are incidents of the cake being aggressively shoved into a bride's face, that seems to be an indication that marriage is not going to last. And in fact, one of the stories was groom smashes cake into bride's face at wedding, and apparently the fork was in the cake. The fork was like stick, and the fork like stabbed the bride's face. That was another recent story.
That's a good start.
Papers are served before they even leave the hall.
Yeah. So this was a Reddit buzz. A man revealed on Reddit that he and his wife attended a wedding where the groom smashed a fork full of wedding cake into the bride's face, causing a gruesome facial industry, and the couple got divorced less than a year later. So that was a forking. She got forked at the reception. Okay, that's number one. But then I stumbled across something else, that there are indicators that aggressive cake face smashing at the wedding, that is almost a sure sign that the marriage is not going to last. Just heads up on that.
We went to a birthday party once for like a couple we met. This is years ago. And they got like, one of those Publix sheet cakes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was her birthday. It was at a house. Nothing crazy fancy or anything.
Yeah.
And it was blow out the candle time.
Oh.
And she leans over to blow out the candle because everybody loves spit-covered cake.
I know.
And the husband reaches the back of her head and smashes it into the cake.
Oh my.
And then she looks up and gave him a glare, right? Because there's 30 friends there. We all saw it.
Yeah.
And nobody was laughing. It wasn't. It was funnier in his head. And my wife's like, "This isn't going to last."
Yeah. Well, it's a thing.
See?
It is an absolute thing. Oh, the story we had recently a couple of weeks ago
It was like
was
Iranian or
it,
something.
it was some foreign wedding, and the groom aggressively smashes the bride's head into the cake, and the cake is all jammed, all of her hair on the whole top of her head. There was no way she was getting that out.
I think just that whole act alone of like shoving someone's head or face like that is just so. I mean, I think I would just like elbow check you to the nose and you'd be dead.
I tell you right now, am I the only one that finds a woman covered in icing hot?
Fester, you can accomplish that by just getting a little container of it at the grocery store and spread it all over Allison. If she permits you.
You could cover dog turds in icing, and Fester would find that tasty.
No.
All right, moving along here on the MJ Morning Show. I've got to get Anna Marie on the phone. I feel so bad. A listener that did an interview with us got fired for doing the interview on the air. This is like 3 weeks ago. All right, hold on a minute. 727. All right, let me get Anna Marie on the phone because we got to try to help her out. And I'll fill in the whole story here in just a second. You know what? I think she might have been at Rick Springfield. Anna Marie.
Yes. Good morning.
Were you at Rick Springfield last night as well?
I was front row center. Yes.
I mean, it's not like you had to go to work this morning, right?
No, but I had to get up early to make sure I was on the radio to hear you guys.
All right. So let me tell the story. Do you remember this was like May, early May, right?
Yeah. I can't remember the exact date. I should, but yeah, it was like early May.
Earlier in the month of May, it was a Kentucky lottery winner who came to Florida the next day.
All right, let me give you the details on the story, and then we'll let Anna Marie tell exactly what happened to her. We got to help find her a job because she was fired for coming on the MJ Morning Show. So here's the story. I just pulled a local story on this. It happens to be from Fox 13. Powerball winner accused of kicking deputy during fight at the Tradewinds Resort. Remember this story? A man who won $167.3 million Powerball jackpot ended up behind bars just days after investigators say that he kicked a deputy in the face during a fight at a popular beach resort. According to the arrest affidavit filed by the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office, James Farthing. James Farthing. Hey, are you farthing over there? All right. James Farthing, 50, got into a fight with another guest at the Tradewinds Resort shortly after 11 p.m. on Tuesday, it's like early May, right? When a deputy tried to break up the fight, investigators say that Farthing kicked the deputy in the face and tried to run away. Deputies arrested Farthing on charges of battery on a law enforcement officer, resisting arrest. His girlfriend, remember Fight Master. So his girlfriend, the Powerball winner's girlfriend, is Jacqueline Fight Master, and she was arrested on a disorderly conduct charge. And Farthing's arrest came 3 days after a Powerball ticket bought in his home state of Kentucky matched all the winning numbers, $167.3 million jackpot. So Farthing was hauled into jail. It spent time in the Pinellas County Jail, and that was also due to a parole violation.
He was on parole in Kentucky.
Yeah, he had a parole situation from Kentucky. Then he batters a law enforcement officer here in Pinellas County. So they lock him up. So we told the story on the air, and that's when, this is 3 weeks ago, Anna Marie calls up and says, "Hey, MJ, I was the bartender at the bar at the Tradewinds where the fight broke out with the Powerball winner. And then I just got a message yesterday from Anna Marie that she needs help finding a new bartender job because the Tradewinds fired her for being on the air." All right, Anna Marie, take it from here. What the hell happened?
So when I talked to you guys on Friday, on my way into work, I got called by one of my managers, and when I got in, he just had me write out what had happened, what I said on the radio, and then they suspended me, and then after a few days, they ended up just, letting me go.
All right, so what happened? You appeared on the show.
Yep. Was it a Friday morning that you called in?
It was Friday morning. Yeah.
Okay, so it was like May 1st or like the last day of
listen, I don't need the whole calendar. It was early May. So you call in, and what happened?
Yeah, because I called in and just to try to give the story of what happened with the guy. I never really gave any details about anything that could have gotten me in trouble with work, so I thought anyway. But yeah, so when I got there, they just they had suspended me for a few days.
All right, so wait a minute. You're on the radio with us in the morning. You get to work later that day, and they immediately pounced on you?
They did, yeah. So somebody heard it on the radio station. And, so I worked that day shift. I usually work at night. And so when I went in for the day shift, that's when they said, I just figured I was going to get suspended for a few days, and that would be it, because I get a lot of good reviews. People love me there. So it was hard. Yeah, it was hurtful. But
how long had you been at the Tradewinds?
I'd only been there a year. I used to work at Wyndham down at Clearwater Beach.
All right, so who called you in? Was it the general manager? Was it the restaurant manager? Who read you the riot act for doing the interview with us?
Well, my food and beverage director is the one that called me, but then HR is the one that spoke with me when I got there.
And what reason? What did they say? An unauthorized interview? What reason did they give for termination?
More or less I wasn't supposed to talk to media. They said I signed something, but I don't know if I signed anything, truthfully. And no manager even talked to me after it happened. So I wouldn't have even known not to talk to anybody.
So how quickly did they suspend you? Was it that day they suspended you?
It was that day they suspended me.
And then 2 days later or so, they fire you?
Yeah, 3 days later they fired me, yeah.
Oh, my God. So you appeared on our show on a Friday morning. They suspended you right away, and they fired you on Monday?
I think it was Tuesday. It was towards the end of the week.
Oh, my God. I mean, that sucks. I mean, I thought you were a great representative of the Tradewinds. I thought you did a great interview. There was nothing disparaging about the Tradewinds. It was just that this Kentucky Powerball winner comes down to Pinellas County and ends up kicking a Pinellas County deputy in the face. You called in. You had a front row seat. And then you witnessed the girlfriend Fight Master. She also got in on the action. And that sucks. Anna Marie, I'm so sorry that you called into our show and you get fired.
Well, I was just trying to stand up for the guy because it just made him sound like he was, I'm sure, I don't know him, obviously, but it just made him sound a lot worse than what he was. And so I was just calling in to stand up for him because if the guy had left him alone, none of that would have happened. Obviously, he was wrong for coming to.
Refresh our memory. So what happened? Another customer at the bar was taunting the Powerball winner.
Yeah, so he came over. So the Powerball winner was like crying and shaking. And so I went over and gave him a hug, and I was like, what's wrong? And then that's when he told me. He's like, I can't believe it. I just won the Powerball. And I was like, what? And so when the guy saw me over there hugging him, he comes around to see what's going on. And then he sits down and starts talking to him. And the guy even buys him a drink and everything and was super nice. And so he's like, well, if that's a true story, that's a great story. So he was just, egging him on. And then he showed him the video of him and his mom actually winning the Powerball. And then that's when it all started. He just got in his face and just kept on saying stuff to him. So I really felt bad for him.
You know what, trade wins, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Shame on the shame on trade wins.
The shame wins.
Shame on you.
The shame wins
they were a great company. I mean, it makes me want to cry because I really loved working there.
Oh my God! I mean, here you're telling the story. I thought that you were a good representative.
Yeah.
That sucks. I'm very disappointing. I'm very disappointed in the trade wins. It's a very disappointing situation that they terminate you. All right, so warn you, suspend you. And that's what you thought was going to happen, but to fire you, and you're saying that people loved you as a bartender at the trade wins.
I got so many great reviews. People love me.
That's it. I am never going to the trade wins.
Yeah.
Ever.
I'm never, ever. Like.
Thank you so much for standing up for me.
I want
really
you to know.
appreciate it.
Listen, we feel terrible for you.
All right. Oh boy. Go ahead.
On a positive note, I am going to get a video for Michelle from Wang Chung. I met his wife last night, and they're going to make a video for her.
I hate to hear that you're crying over it. I mean, you really like this trade wins job.
I loved it there.
Oh, my gosh. And you know what? Here's the thing. Think about what Anna Marie did. She was calling in to stick up for somebody that she felt was not getting a proper representation, and now she's herself is in that same situation. Right? It's just really kind of ironic.
All right. So we got to help Anna Marie get a new job. So obviously
I'm amazing, and I'm an amazing bartender. People love me. I have a great positive attitude.
I think she absolutely sounds like she does. I mean, if you're looking for a bartender who can, really make your customers happy.
Anna Marie,
let's do high volume everything.
High volume everything. Look at all right. So Anna Marie, let's try to get you a new bartender job. What is your dream job now? What there's many levels of bartending. What ultimately would be your top choice if you were to pick the scenario? What kind of bartending gig would you like?
It would definitely be somewhere, either a hotel, because I love hotels. You get to meet all different types of people, or I would just say a hotel, a nice upscale hotel.
What part of town do you live in? What area would you want to live?
I live in Palm Harbor, and I just got into a new place because I lost everything in the hurricane.
Oh, geez, look at this.
And so I've really.
And then the trade freaking wins fires you.
Yeah, so it's been kind of a difficult year. I lost my mom and everything, so
it's been
hard.
You sound so sweet. And, listen, you sound very conversational. You sound put together. You told the story well. I mean, I think you sound like a great employee. All right, so we've got to find Anna Marie a new upscale bartender job. And will you take it anywhere in the Tampa Bay area?
Anywhere, yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
All right. Hold on a minute. Andrew is saying, what's on line 2, Andrew? What do we have? Andrew, turn your microphone on. What do you have on line 2?
Jim, who says he might be able to help.
Oh,
hang on a second.
Angry with Jim.
Hold on a minute. Let me bring Jim on. Jim, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi, Jim.
Good morning, crew. How we doing this morning?
We're doing fine. So you've heard Anna Marie's story. What are your thoughts?
Well, let me give you a little background. I'm a retired major, U.S. Army.
Yep.
I work 3 days a week down at the St. Pete Pier.
Yep.
Now, I have a lot of contacts down there. We have several bars down there, several restaurants. If she would be willing to travel down to the pier, I could put her in contact with a few people.
All right.
You know, that's how it starts.
Yeah, it does.
Have you been
Yeah.
to the new pier, MJ?
I have not. I have not been to the new pier. Hey, Jim, I'm going to put you on hold. Andrew's going to get your information, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Jim, hang on a sec.
The third and the fourth floor of the pier is open restaurants, and a big bar area. It's a beautiful view of St. Petersburg.
If there's anyone else listening, any upscale hotels, any upscale restaurants, and you need a great bartender, let's get Anna Marie an interview. All right?
Yay.
Listen, you can call us. Look, I feel somewhat responsible. We had you on the show. I mean, you called in under your own volition. You told a great story. I thought that you did nothing disparaging against the trade winds, and then those bastards fire you. Hey, do we have trade with the trade winds? Has that been canceled now?
It has been as of like 15 minutes ago.
I think our sales department might have trade with the trade winds. Well, we did. I guess I just blew up that relationship. All right, so
I better use it before they shred it.
All right, so if you're listening now and you can offer or interview Anna Marie, if you have an upscale hotel management position or a restaurant owner, call us now, 800-990-1047. Call up right now if you can interview Anna Marie, or if you have any suggestions, or if you can't call, email me and I'll get all the information. If you have any opportunities for Anna Marie to get a new high-end bartender job, send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's mj@mjmorningshow.com. Who the hell needs Indeed? All right,
you got MJ.
You got MJ Deed right here.
That's right.
All right.
Indeed
so
you do.
If you want to call up 800-990-1047 or send me an email so we can get Anna Marie employed. Lost everything, I guess, in the hurricane, moved into a new place. Her mother passed away recently, and then the trade winds fires her. I mean, what else? Are they gonna? Is the trade winds? Are they gonna go spit on your mom's grave now? What the hell are they gonna do?
Stop it!
That's the way the trade winds blow, man. Anna Marie,
I appreciate you guys sticking up for me. I don't have anybody that sticks up for me, so you have no idea how much this means. Like, really.
Listen, if there's an opportunity for us to help you, I mean, it's completely unfair what happened to you, and we're going to help.
I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. The phones are ringing. Andrew's answering calls. Hang on. Let me pick up this line and put it on hold.
MJ, it looks like we have an opportunity at the Motel 6 in Clearwater.
There's no bar at the Motel 6.
If she'd be interested in that. No, it's not a bar. It's outside of a car. She'd be working out of a trunk.
It's the car.
Lot?
The car bar.
Yeah.
It's the car bar out of the trunk in a Motel 6 parking
You want
lot.
something a little nicer? There's apparently an opportunity at the La Quinta in Pinellas Park.
All right. Anna Marie.
That might be too upscale for me.
You and I both.
We're going to do everything possible. I will be in touch. I'm so sorry that you calling in to help with a story with more information from a firsthand account since you witnessed the Powerball winner fight at the trade. I'm so sorry that it culminated with you being terminated.
I appreciate that. I am too, because I honestly loved working there, but I'm ready to move forward. Yeah.
All right, listen, trade wins. I will unbastard you if you hire her back. Would you go back? Would you go back to the trade wins?
I would, but would not. I mean, should I? I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I should respect myself more than that.
All right.
After a place of employment shows their colors, it's hard to go back.
All right. I'm going to do everything I can to help you find a new great bartending job. Thank you, Anna.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I will be in touch, okay?
Sounds great. Thanks, MJ. Thanks,
All right.
Bester. Thanks, Michelle.
Bye, Anna Marie. Hope you have a better day.
Thank you, and I'll have a cute video for you. I promise.
MJ, that's the part you missed in all this. Hold on, that's the part you missed in all this.
Yeah.
She went to Wang Chung and all that last night, and she said she got Wang Chung, or they're going to make a video for Michelle.
Yeah, I heard that.
You kind of glossed over it. I was like,
I mean, she sounds like the most thoughtful person that you would want to have behind your bar, who's actually observant and like is able to just take facts down and take care of people and sympathize with them at the moment and when all hell is breaking loose. I mean, that's the kind of bartender you want, right? Like, especially in a situation like that.
And she went to 1-800-BARTEND. How does the jingle go, Fester?
Red Snapper, Kamikaze, Long Island, Iced Tea, Black Russian, Fuzzy Navel, and the sex on the beach. Learn to make them all with a lime and a twist. I think it's slow gin fizz in there somewhere as well.
Call 1-800-BARTEND.
I can highly recommend.
1-800-BARTEND. All right, so if there are any hotel managers, restaurant owners,
or really rich alcoholics, she can like work at your house.
Private bartender.
Yeah, right? I mean, if you're like just plowing them back.
Come on, let's get Anna Marie a job. You can send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. That's mj@mjmorningshow.com. Or call us. Andrew will take your information down. And if I can, I'll even put you on the air. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. What are you guys laughing at?
Private jokes.
I wrote a joke down for Michelle.
Geez, you and your private jokes.
I wrote the name of a very well-known local raging alcoholic who's loaded that could hire her, but I can't say it on the radio.
We're not going to say it.
Yeah, we can't say it. But I jotted down a little.
I think I know who you're talking about.
I was like, hey, this guy can hire her.
I think they might need a designated driver as well.
He might, because he probably can't leave his house right now, right? And go anywhere and do anything fun. So hire his own private, bartender is a good idea.
All right. I got to address something else here on the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is? Listen, tell me what this is.
Heidi ho.
What is that?
Heidi ho.
Do you know what that is? Listen again.
Heidi ho.
Yeah, the nickname we gave Heidi Collins in high school.
No. All right. Do you know what this is?
Wanna play?
What is it?
Wanna play?
Is it like a doll from some horror movie or something?
Yes, you're getting warmer.
Okay.
Wanna play?
All right, this will give it away.
Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm your friend to the end.
Guess who died?
Well, the doll wasn't a real person.
Well, there was a guy in the outfit.
What?
They had a dwarf in that? Or
listen,
no.
Back before all the CGI and all the AI generated crap, Ed Gale.
No.
The dwarf, yes. Look, I'm not making that. What do you mean, no? What do you think? I'm making up crap? Ed Gale, the actor that played Chucky in 3 movies, has passed away at the age of 61. Listen, I got a mission here. I know where I want this to go. So just stay with me here. Ed Gale played Chucky in Child's Play, the whole film series. He died 61 years old, according to TMZ. He passed away on Tuesday in Los Angeles. Gale's niece, Casey, confirmed his death, put up a whole heartfelt tribute up on Facebook. It's with a heavy heart and a surprisingly light coffin. Seriously. That we announced the sudden passing of our uncle, Ed Gale, has taken his final bow, is now heading to the afterlife, or is now headlining in the afterlife. And he did a lot of stuff, this guy, Ed Gale, right?
He was also Howard the Duck.
Yes. Hang on. Let me explain. So he had a career in Hollywood, 130 movies, TV shows, and commercials. He was, like you said, he was in Howard the Duck in 1986. That was his debut. Then 2 years later, he played Chucky in 1988's Child's Play. That was the #1 film in the franchise. Then also Child's Play 2, and then The Bride of Chucky. And then, of course, Chucky got a whole resurgence because of John Gruden.
Yeah?
All right, now, let me tell you what I'm thinking. Do you have any idea what I'm thinking? There's an opening.
Oh.
There's an opening. What am I thinking? Come on, guys. Don't make me extract teeth over here. What am I thinking?
Shorty Shane can
fill
in for him?
Yes.
Or Dave?
Shorty Shane. Shorty Shane, who makes multiple appearances a year here on the MJ Morning Show.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Shorty, hang on. Let me just call up Shorty Shane. Hang on a minute.
Well, is there another Chucky movie in the works?
There should be. All right, I don't even know if Shorty Shane even knows about this. I got the best tip in the world for him.
Look at this Ed Gale kite.
Hi, I'm Chucky. I'm your friend to the end.
Oh, Shane!
He does know!
Shane, that's amazing.
That's great. Dude, you got the job.
What's up, man?
Dude, hey, did you see that? Obviously you did.
Oh, yeah, I saw the news. Yeah, I saw that Ed Gale passed away.
So, do you have, like, on your phone Google alerts every time a famous dwarf passes away? Like, every time one of the Munchkins die from Wizard of Oz or something?
It's a dwarf death. It's a dwarf death alert.
Yeah, we're close knit, you know.
Yeah, close-knit group, absolutely.
Hey, did you know this guy?
What was that?
Did you know this guy or just know of him?
No, I didn't know that guy. I'm a Chucky fan, though, because, you know, I do, like, the Chucky dress-up videos once in a while and such.
You know what it doesn't say? The story doesn't say how tall he was. Now, Shorty Shane, how tall are you?
I'm 35, 41 inches. I'm not sure how tall he was.
Yeah, I'm sure we can. Oh, he was 3'4". All right, so.
3'4"?
Oh, you guys are right in the same zone.
Yeah, I got an inch on him.
Listen, you could you could clearly climb into if they decide to make a whole new series of Chucky movies. Listen, the gig is yours as far as I'm concerned.
All right, so.
That would be awesome.
Hey, do you know the really creepy side of Ed Gale?
Yes.
I mean, here we are talking about Ed Gale like he's a folklore hero.
All right.
And he's probably one of the most disgusting people we could.
All right, well, hold on. Shorty,
do you know what I'm talking about?
Shorty Shane, there's something else here.
What's that?
Yeah, and listen, in no way does this have anything to do with you. In 2023, Gale was under investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department when he admitted to a group called the Creep Catchers Unit that he attempted to solicit sex from multiple minors. Yeah, he reportedly had his smartphone seized by authorities during a home visit. Wasn't officially charged, but he was still under investigation at the time of his death. So, hey, listen, it sounds like you might have been hired even before he died.
Shane, we got
Could be.
good news, Shane.
All I got to say is no Diddy on that.
Oh, yeah. How's everything going? Everything good with you, Shorty Shane?
Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, how about you guys?
All good. All right, you got to come visit us soon, okay?
Awesome, for sure, man.
All right, buddy. Thanks for answering the phone that way. That was hysterical.
Shane, I'm enjoying your video series. He walks into places and then he asks us an innocuous question.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm short."
You like that? They're going good, man.
All these employees are like, it's okay, sir.
Hey, Shorty Shane, give out your social media where people can find you.
Exactly what you said, Shorty Shane, all platforms.
Yep. Look for Shorty Shane on all platforms. All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Good talking. I'll see you.
Buddy.
All right. He answers the phone. Hi, I'm Jackie. I'm your friend. That's great. Hey, psychology has figured out people that downplay their birthdays. An individual that downplays their birthday. Michelle, do you know anyone that downplays their birthday?
Me.
Okay. Anyone else?
No.
I kind of downplay.
I know you do.
So why would
but that's the thing. You and I didn't really care about birthdays until we hooked up. And then, like, we like to do it for each other, like something nice, but neither one of us really puts a lot of stock into it. But then we had kids, and it was so much more fun for them. So we really just let them decide. Like, I always let them decide your birthday cake. And for a while there, we always had a pirate cake because his birthday is right around Gasparilla. We'd go to Publix, and you literally, the first time you were like, why the pirates? And I'm like, that's what was at Publix, babe.
When you have kids, your birthday's not for you anyway.
Right,
it's
exactly.
for making us another special day, another reason to eat cake for the kids.
When you have kids, they're so excited to do like birthday stuff for you. So I capitulated, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big I've never been a big birthday guy.
Yeah.
And as an adult, I will only acknowledge the tens.
Oh, the decades, the decade
year,
milestones.
Last year was 5-0.
The 30s, the 40s, the 50s.
I mean, hey, I'm having a birthday party. I'm 53. I'm like, what? Go to work, dude.
It's a normal day.
53?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Well, according to psychologists, people that minimize their birthdays often exhibit these behaviors. and it's sort of a window into their personality. So what are the behaviors? People that downplay, minimize their birthdays, number one, are usually introverted. Now, Michelle, when I first met you, I think you were more introverted, but I brought you out of your shell.
No, I'm not introverted. I'm guarded and, like, I take my time to figure out.
Suspicious.
Yeah,
She takes her time. It took her 25 years to figure you out.
That's number one,
Uh-huh.
introverted. Number two, they value experiences over material gifts.
Check mark for me.
All right. Number three, they have a high level of emotional maturity.
Check mark for me.
Number four, they are selfless and considerate.
Double check mark for me.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Selfless is a double check mark?
Except,
Sounds a little conceited if you ask me.
No, that's every mom, pretty much, I think.
Except when you're pissed at me, man. Oh, God, you're...
Well, you don't count.
That's more your fault than
Number
hers.
five, they cherish authentic connections.
Yeah.
All right.
I cherish my phony connections.
Number six, they may deal with birthday blues. You ever get the birthday blues?
No. I know. I just kind of gloss over, the day.
Number seven, they are not attention seekers.
I would so much rather be the paint on the wall.
Number eight, they value simplicity.
Me.
Yeah, I guess, you're not extravagant. I mean, you like some nice things, but...
I'm trying to clean it out all the time. Get rid of it. Simple, 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 simple.
Are you an attention seeker, MJ?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Because, this line of employment is very public, and we're doing things to get eyes. But outside of here, I'm not like, hey, look at me. I'm doing this silly thing. You know.
Fester,
What?
this was a psychology test. So, he's definitely like a complex personality. I would be curious to see what a psychologist has to say about him. Because there are so many things that you cannot reconcile.
Do you know what a psychologist would do with him? Quit.
I thought...
I'd be like, I'm out.
I thought you were going to say that I'm a complex carbohydrate.
No.
You're something.
Complex personality.
I'm a complex carbohydrate.
Because I don't think that you intentionally are an attention seeker. I think it just happens to find you somehow.
You're not an attention seeker.
Right.
Either.
Yeah, exactly.
Julian just texted me, Dad, you're introverted. No, I don't think I'm introverted.
You are.
What?
Because there's inside the studio MJ and there's outside the studio MJ.
I'm the same personality.
No,
I'm the same personality.
No, you're
yes,
not.
Yes, I am.
Apples and oranges.
That's not true at all. The core of me and my beliefs and the way I speak or comment, I'm the same on and off.
We're not talking about core beliefs. We're talking about just demeanor.
Yeah.
Listen, your demeanor at 8 a.m. is different than your demeanor at 8 p.m.
Oh, absolutely. But, that's just the nature of the business. You found this niche business to function in. And then when you walk out of the studio, you literally have blinders on and you're just focused on what you have to do the rest of the day to get the job done the next day. And you're not talking to people. It's not like, hey, let's have lunch. Let's go to... You are not a socializer at all.
Every phone conversation that we've ever had, none of them have ever started with hello or ended with a goodbye.
Right.
It's always like,
Oh, I'm grunting now?
That's short bursts of words back and forth, and then, all right, and we hang up.
First thing he says is, what are you doing? And then you tell him what you're doing, and then he goes, okay, real quick. Can you da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? Hey, Fester, what are you doing?
What are you doing? What am I doing?
What are you doing? And then you answer him, and then you know what his thing was? Real quick, Fester, can you run into the Walmart up by you and grab me that Orca gray cooler that Michelle saw online before the hurricane gets here, blah, blah, blah? Real quick.
I had information for him over the weekend. I gave it to him, and he's like, well, I'll get back to you on that. And I'm like, I see you every day. What do you mean you'll get back to me on that? I'll see you in 8 hours.
I'll get back to you.
I'll get back to you on that.
Next week.
Yeah. I'll schedule you for an appointment.
Hey, speaking of, you guys having fun at my expense. All right, speaking of Michelle and introversion, I just posted the zombie face picture of her from yesterday.
Did you pick a good one? Come on.
Oh, man.
All right, I just posted this. Andrew sent me a freeze frame.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here it is. All right.
Oh,
I'm holding it up to MJTV. So how did this come about with the whole zombie thing?
You referred to some people yesterday as walkers. And so then, you know.
You started doing like the walkers in The Walking Dead, and you started doing.
Yeah.
So Michelle does this zombie face on MJTV, and. And I had Andrew take the freeze frame from MJTV and send me a shot.
Andrew, you couldn't pick a better one.
No, that's
Couldn't
great.
have been a smiling walker.
No, you don't. No,
My eyes open. Come on, Andrew.
No such thing as a smiling zombie.
Andrew, I'm so nice to you.
If you want to see Michelle's zombie face, I just posted it on Instagram. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. If you don't follow the show. If you don't follow me, give me a follow. I'm Certified MJ Radio. So check out Michelle's zombie face. Man, I put a lot of good stuff. You know, in fact, I want to go over my IG here in a second because there's a lot of material that you might not have seen recently. So give me a follow. I'm Certified MJ Radio, and follow the show. The show is MJ Morning Show. These are our Instagram handles. We don't do TikTok. So Instagram. Also, other ways to contact me. So if you follow me on Instagram, my DMs are open. You can contact me. That's how Anna Marie, who was fired from the Trade Winds, the bartender, she sent me a DM. Hey, MJ, I'm not sure if you can help or not. I called you regarding the Kentucky Lottery. So she sent me a DM on Instagram. So you can DM me, or the other way to get a hold of me is just email me. My private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. I'm the only one that answers that email. I'm the only one that looks at it. If you got a hot tip, if you have a gossip, if you got something we need to know, if you want to remain anonymous, just tell me. Any contact that you need with me and the MJ Morning Show, send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. All right, go back to my Instagram because there are a couple of things. Did I mention the crazy, frigged up old Ford Ranger pickup truck that I saw driving with piles of furniture on it and a guy just standing up on the back of the bed holding the furniture as they're driving? They came off at 275 down Dale Mabry. They pull into the Walmart gas station parking lot over on 275 in Dale Mabry. And if you've not seen this video, I mean, this guy's on the interstate and on Dale Mabry standing on the back of the truck like holding up a bookshelf. I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
That's a really nice bookshelf. You really have to care for it.
Another Florida genius driver. This is like, only in Florida. So if you haven't seen this crazy video, it's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. The other thing is the road hazards. And if you have not seen this video, it already has almost, I think, 11,000 views. But this is crazy. Over the last 3 or 4 months, Michelle and I have started picking up road junk. And I'm talking about just in our neighborhood. On the streets in South Tampa, the crap that we pick up. You want to know why you're getting flat tires? I'll show you why you're getting flat tires. You're not going to believe the crap. All right, Fessa, go back to the beginning of the video. I want to play a little bit of this. You've got to see the whole spread and array of nails and screw. Here, listen to this.
Show on Q105 Tampa Bay,
Listen.
104.7 FM. You want to know why you're getting flat tires as you drive around the Tampa Bay area? This is why. Just came back from a 4-mile walk, a little sweaty right now. I just added another screw to the collection right here. Somebody was going to get screwed, but I picked this out of the road. Julian, hand me the camera. Look at this crap. This is about 3 or 4 months worth of stuff that I pick up while doing my 3, 4, 5-mile walks every day in the neighborhood. I don't even know what some of this crap is. All right, obviously rebar. I don't know what the hell this is. This is some industrial strength nipple clamp. This is clearly a murder weapon. I think there's even dried blood on it. Screws, hex wrenches, all kinds of, what the hell is this?
Yeah, drill bits. I mean, all kinds of, take a look at the video. It is, again, it's on my Instagram at Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Just a couple of things that I didn't mention really on the show, but take a look at these videos on my Instagram.
This is why the mayor needs to make you Citizen of the Year.
Picking
up road junk.
I'm a hero. Do you know how many thousands of dollars in tire damage I save people by picking this crap up out of the road?
Oh, like 1, maybe 2,000, yeah.
Every one of these could have destroyed a tire. Yeah, the murder weapon, by the way, is like an edger blade. And, man, that thing is deadly.
Yeah, it is.
That thing's, so I'm having some tree work done at my house. So this is the latest video. Have you ever seen a robo stump grinder? If you got your face caught in this thing, oh my God, it would be all over.
All right, the problematic part with this video is it's obvious you've not done a lot of landscaping.
Oh,
this is what's called a stump grinder.
No, but this is a remote control robot one. I've seen stump grinders. I just have never seen a stump grinder that runs on a remote control with this spinning crazy like Mad Max Terminator looking disc.
That's how all stump grinders are, except they're manual.
All right, but this is remote control.
I get it. I get the cool part about it, but it's a stump grinder.
You've got to see this thing. It's also on my Instagram right now, Certified MJ Radio. It's Certified MJ Radio. All right. So, Michelle.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried Rhode?
No.
Beauty products?
No. Not for me.
Oh, I'm so glad you said beauty
What
products.
do you know about Rhode? RHODE. What do you know about Rhode beauty products?
It's Hailey Bieber's product, and it's for a little, younger demographic.
So Hailey Bieber is Justin Bieber's wife, and by the way, she's smoking. Can I say that, Michelle? You going to be angry at me?
You can say whatever you want.
All right, Hailey Bieber is smoking freaking hot, all right? She's also the daughter of which Baldwin? Which
the least famous?
Like
no,
Stephen,
the second least
is
famous.
it Stephen Baldwin or whatever?
I don't even know all three.
Anyway, man, she got some freaking genetics. She got a genetic lottery like bonus round. All right, so she started a cosmetics brand called Rhode, and the news broke yesterday that she just sold the cosmetic brand to Elf.
Yeah.
Elf Beauty for $1 billion.
You know what?
$1 billion.
You know what? One of the big reasons why this deal had to happen?
Why'd you tell me why?
Because a lot of Elf's products are made in China, apparently. And a lot of Rhode's products are made in Europe and other areas in Asia. And so they wanted to kind of cover all bases for the potential for tariffs. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So Hailey Bieber's makeup and skincare brand Rhode being purchased by Elf Beauty for around $1 billion.
Good for her.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So they call Elf a budget cosmetic retailer. Do they have stores, Elf?
I don't think there are any stores. I think they're sold like maybe in. Actually, I don't know if they're sold in Sephora.
You have Sephora. You have what is the other? Ulta.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you know them all, don't you?
There's only two.
Yeah, that's only two. Yeah, I don't. The bench is not deeper than that in my mind, at least.
There's the Mac store at International Plaza, right? I mean, I can't name a bunch of other makeup places. So Elfs are sold in stores.
Yeah.
Like in Target or Walmart or Ulta or JCPenney or something like that.
Why are you whispering over there? Can you?
I'm not. I mean, this is a microphone.
No, you're not projecting. You're like a big fat guy, and you're like doing all whisper voice over there.
Hello. How is that coming over? Burp talking. You know who taught me how to burp talk?
I don't.
Do you know who taught me?
I don't care.
Martin Giles.
Oh my gosh! No way.
Hello.
We stop. We stop. Anyway, congratulations, Hailey. Listen, she's not like suddenly a billionaire.
No, she's suddenly a billionaire.
I think she's suddenly a billionaire.
Well,
no, I think you're wrong.
Hold on.
By definition, this is how you suddenly become a billionaire.
Listen to me. It's a deal around $1 billion, but clearly there's going to be some debt, I'm sure. But also,
how are you so sure? Have you read?
She's got other investors. Does she own it solely? I don't think so.
I think she owns a lot of it, and I think there's a lot of cash being just thrown.
Do you know who has a large stake in Rhode? Uncle Alec.
No, he doesn't. No.
No, it's true. He really does. You can ask him yourself.
Yeah. Anyway,
we need the sound effect for that joke to work.
Hi, what do you need? You need.
I need the no.
Oh, hey, I got to find it. Here we go. Go ahead, set it up.
But Alec, isn't it true that you own like controlling interest in Rhode Cosmetics?
No.
Oh, well, I apologize.
Anything else?
No.
Was any Rhode Cosmetics used on the set of the movie Rust?
No.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, did the camera woman that you shot have any Rhode beauty products on?
No.
Oh, jeez. Wow. All right. So, congratulations, Hailey Bieber. $1 billion. Billion bucks, or whatever the actual real number is. All right. Oh, The CEO of Tinder is saying that he wants to remake the brand.
Into what?
Well, here's the deal. The new chief at Tinder, Spencer Raskoff, wants to revamp the image at Tinder, and he wants to kind of clean up their act and kind of turn away from the hookup mentality to attract Gen Z. So, what, Gen Z is not into the whole hookup mentality? Is that it?
I guess I think I've been reading about this, that they're like a little less like quick social kind of thing as far as like, like hooking up, right? So they're less sexually active, I think, is one thing that I read.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with those people.
So the new chief at Tinder, he plans to introduce new features leveraging AI and enhance user safety to improve the experience, according to the Wall Street Journal. Tinder is also testing a double dating feature and will roll it out globally this summer to create low-pressure ways of meeting people. So is that to, like, go out on a double date?
Jeez, that's the last thing I want to do is go out with 3 strangers.
I have never even seen Tinder. I've never even seen anybody that had the app use the app. I've never been on the app. I miss that whole like online dating deal. It's just it came, later.
Sounds like you're disappointed.
No, I'm just saying.
But, are you lamenting the fact that you didn't have an opportunity to use? Here, let me give you your chance, buddy.
MJ,
we stop.
Let's open you a Tinder account like in Toronto, right? And let's just see who matches with you.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. Because
why Toronto?
Because I don't want it to be local. I don't want to inflict MJ upon Americans.
You might want to pick a place that has like a different language, so that at least there'll be a language barrier.
Let's like get like a Warsaw,
Poland Tinder.
You'd be like the Prince of Poland.
Or France.
Hey, listen, I do have some Polish blood. I mean,
part Polish, ready to pound. That could be like your thing. We'll see which Polish women are like. Da. I don't know.
That da is Russian.
I'm sure I'm not that far off.
I'm sure.
I'm sure. Let's get you a Moscow Tinder account. Who is this on your phone?
Think of Tinder like a bar where people come together to meet new people, said the new CEO. We have to innovate to drive more people into our establishment, and that means renovating our bar.
Whatever.
Yeah, you need to bring in that John Taffer guy, the bar rescue guy then, right?
He's like the death touch of bars, by the way.
Oh, is that right?
Well, it's like he takes bars that are so far failing, he'll redo them, but the bad bones are still there.
Yeah.
All they care about is a 30-minute episode on Vice or what network are they on? I don't even know. Yeah. Wow. All right. What are the most critical years for your health? If you were to pick a decade, what are the most critical years? Give me a 10-year span. From what to what are the most critical years for your health?
0 to 10, because if you don't make it out of that, you're up crap creek anyway.
That's not correct.
I mean, you go like 40 to 50, or like
Well, you're getting closer than 0 to 10.
Like if you chain smoke in your 30s, you could expect to be dead sometime in your 50s.
If you chain smoke in your single digits, 8, 9, 10 years old.
I mean, what are you getting out here? I mean,
remember that smoking baby? It was like a real fat Asian kid.
Yeah.
Remember that? And he was like, remember the smoking? Whatever happened to that kid?
I don't know.
And that was before AI and all these, fake videos and everything.
Yeah, we don't need a real fat baby to actually smoke a real cigarette. We can just make it on a computer now.
New research shows that the most important years, the critical decade period for your health, is from 36 to 46. Yep. New research shows that by your mid-30s, the party lifestyle, if you've exhibited that back in the 20s, that it takes its toll. And researchers have found that there were, kind of few consequences to heavy drinking and smoking for people in their 20s. But if you continue these habits, that your health begins to deteriorate at the age of 36. In fact, the decade from 36 to 46 is pivotal in your future well-being.
I'm good to go then.
I am sorry. I just found the video of the Indonesian boy who smokes 40 cigarettes a day.
Esther and I were a little distracted.
And this kid is so talented. MJ, I've seen a lot of people
Hold on,
smoke.
you saw this video.
No, hold on.
No.
I've never watched this much. I've seen pictures of it or clips of it. I'm watching the full long-form news report of this.
Yeah.
Here, put the audio up.
All right.
I don't know what this is. Here we go. Ready?
Go ahead. All right, play.
A tourist attraction in his native Indonesia for all the wrong reasons. This toddler on the island of Sumatra, famous for his nicotine addiction.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch a cigarette. Watch a cigarette.
Aldi Rizal started smoking when he was just 18 months old. Now he's hooked and on 40 a day. And don't think of denying him his fix. The toddler goes crazy, screaming, slamming his head on the floor, even getting sick if he doesn't get his
Look at that. He's flipping the cigarette. I've never seen anybody flip a cigarette before.
He's twirling it in his fingers like a little finger cigarette baton.
I've probably talked to
Hey, put him into the Macy's Day Parade. He could twirl a cigarette.
I mean, over the years, have you spoken to 500 people, 1,000 people who are smoking? I've never seen anybody just twirl the cigarette between their fingers. This kid is talented.
Did we ever figure out how old this chubby Indonesian kid was?
He doesn't look more than like 7.
I mean, this video is like, what, 20 years old?
It's 15 years old. This was posted 15 years ago.
Right.
Only 36 million views.
That's crazy.
I love this kid.
Yeah. What do you search? If anyone wants to see this, we just search fat smoking kid. Smoking kid. And it's the first thing that comes up, right?
On videos, the first YouTube link.
All right, go to YouTube and just type in smoking kid, and you'll see this Indonesian. What is he, like 5, 6 years old, maybe?
He looks like, maybe 5.
5?
But he has some...
Shane smokes 40 cigarettes a day.
He has some party tricks with that cigarette, bro.
Party tricks.
I never think of doing that.
Unbelievable. Anyway, so 36. Get all your bad habits out of the way. Yeah, get your fentanyl out of the way in your 20s, and 36. I'm kidding around.
But by 36, you've already done some pretty bad damage if that's the kind of life you have.
I'm sorry, what, Fester? I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, by 36, MJ, you've already done some damage.
Yeah.
If you're a drinker through your late teens and all of your 20s and your early 30s, you're already in a bad spot.
All right, Andrew, what were you saying? Andrew was saying something in my ear. That's why I couldn't hear you, Fester.
What's up?
Andrew?
Yeah, I read that in 2013, a documentary said that he gave up nicotine for a serious junk food habit.
Is this kid even alive? Are we talking about the Indonesian kid? So he gave up cigarettes for Twinkies?
Oh, my God. I was in Raja Ampat.
I know.
I was scuba diving in Indonesia a little over a year ago. I should have tracked him. I wasn't on the island. I was in Raja Ampat.
Oh.
So, but listen, I would have made a special trip to Sumatra to see if the smoking chubby. Look at this kid. Hey, he's got multiple. He's
hotboxing.
He's hotboxing and he got multiple burners going.
Has to find the equivalent of $5 a day to pay for the fags. He insists that his son is healthy.
The fags.
Okay, hold on. So this is a British report.
It's the British call cigarettes fags.
I will say the closed caption did change it to cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh,
did it?
Say fags on the...
Andrew has a further update on the health of the chubby Indonesian smoking kid.
Yeah, as of 2017, when this article was written, it says that he has returned to a healthy weight.
Okay, good.
All right, fantastic.
So he's probably about the same size as MJ right about
But
now.
he's got stage 4 lung cancer
No
at this
kidding.
point. Yeah, that's the deal. All right, the best fast food burger in America. These lists seem to come out like every 5 hours. All right, but, again, it depends on any given experience. So the top fast food burger in America, according to, I guess this was to honor National Hamburger Day, which was the 28th. Oh, yesterday. So that's why the story popped up in my feed. So yesterday was National Hamburger Day, and I guess they went through Yelp rankings, and the top 25 fast food burger chains in the U.S. have been rated, and the number 1 chain in the United States is In-N-Out Burger.
All right, here's why that's crap. Because it's not a national chain.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as far did they make it to, I
thought there was,
Memphis or Nashville or something?
I think there's one in Nashville, but then there's one in Texas, maybe, and then it's Colorado.
Yeah.
They're nowhere near the Eastern Seaboard.
Right. So
That's ridiculous.
Nothing on the East Coast. But listen, with In-N-Out, and I'll give you the other rankings. And I know a guy that has the franchises for this other burger brand, and they are in the Tampa Bay area, and they're apparently number 2 on the list. So let me get back to In-N-Out for a second. I've had good burger. I lived in L.A. for 2.5 years or so.
It's a good burger,
and In-N-Out was always pretty good. But Michelle, you were in L.A. with Julian, and you went to the In-N-Out Burger right near LAX, and you said it was disgusting.
It's horrible. I couldn't imagine what all hoopla was about.
That's on you, dude. No offense. You don't go to fast food near airports.
No, we didn't. We didn't. That's the thing. We went to I specifically picked one that was in a neighborhood near a mall because I said to Julian, I don't want to go to the one that's by the airport. We went to there to get the picture.
Gotcha.
That was it.
Oh, okay. Julian went to the In-N-Out near LAX to get pictures of planes landing, and he has an amazing shot of like a Delta Airbus 330 landing right over the top of that In-N-Out burger. It's just an amazing picture that Julian captured. So that's right. You actually had the burger at a different In-N-Out.
Yeah.
And you said it was grotesque.
It was like a hockey puck.
All right. So here's my theory on airport restaurants.
Yeah.
The high-end restaurants.
We're not talking about airport restaurants.
But we are now.
The high-end restaurants are usually really nice.
Uh-huh.
Because there's a lot of nice restaurants around Tampa Airport.
Uh-huh.
But any fast food place around an airport, avoid it.
I'm
just telling you.
Okay. Yeah. I would have to agree with that.
Yep. It took me a lot of bad burgers to come up with that theory.
I would always stop at the El Pollo Loco near LAX on,
You're loco.
Yeah, 50 years ago.
Okay. No, it's not, what are you talking about? It's not
30.
No, it's not.
33 years ago.
But the point is I've had good burgers. Listen, we had In-N-Out in Vegas a couple of times. So that was your first In-N-Out was in Vegas.
I'm unimpressed.
Some years ago. But and I've had a good In-N-Out, but Michelle and Julian, they said that they had just horrific.
But also, I agree with Fester. Like, to be the what did they call it? The top fast food burger, you should be required to have locations in like a majority of the states, at least one.
Yeah, at least 26 of the states.
Yeah.
Who's second? Is it that Habit Burger?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are they in town?
In Clearwater.
They're on.
Okay.
What road are they?
Is that Gulf to Bay?
Well, don't guess. Just look it up.
It's Gulf to Bay.
Yeah, look it up. So Habit Burger and Grill is looks like number 2 on the list here.
Shake Shack on there?
Yeah, Shake Shack looks like number 3. Culver's number 4. Islands Fine Burgers and Drinks. I don't even know what that is. That's number 5.
East Bay Drive in Clearwater.
Yeah. All right. So locally, Habit Burger and Grill. The first location locally is East Bay and Clearwater, and number 2 on the list for best fast food burger in America. So there's no In-N-Out here, but Habit Burger is here, and
that's a good burger.
A guy that I know actually owns. A guy in my neighborhood actually owns the franchise.
How about he makes a habit of opening up a couple in Tampa?
They are.
How about that?
They're looking for more locations.
How about he makes a habit of it?
Yeah. What else is on the list here? So as far as what time is it? I got a minute here. All right. So number 5 was Islands Fine Burgers. Number 6 is Freddy's Frozen Custard
Which
and
is
Burger.
like a Culver's-ish type place.
Number 7, Five Guys. Number 8, Wayback Burgers. Number 9, Mooyah. Oh, is that a play on Booyah?
No, it's not.
It's Mooyah.
No, it's the Mooyah family.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Out of Schenectady.
Red Robin, number 10, 11, Jack in the Box, Cookout, 12, BurgerFi, Whataburger, Wahlburger, Smash Burgers, McDonald's, Sonic Drive-In, number 18,
God.
19, Burger King, 20, White Castle.
You sound like Forrest Gump if he were into burgers.
Number 20, Fat Burger, Wendy's, Carl's Jr., Checkers, Rally, Steak and Shake, number 25.
It's like Bubba. If
You
he
know
was, hey, Forrest, shrimp gumbo, shrimp etouffee.
The Bubba Gump?
Yes.
Yeah.
With burgers.
I
over
think
here.
Steak and Shake should be better than 25 on the list.
You know what? No.
I got to put Steak and Shake better than Jack in the Box at number 11. No?
I don't
Get
know.
out of here. I like Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake ain't what it was.
It's been a while. I gotta hit Steak and Shake soon. All right, 8:53 at the MJ Morning Show. This brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Hey, good news. Chloe is in the air. Her flight took. If you don't know what happened, oh my God, what a freaking disaster for Chloe trying to get to Vegas with her friend for a girls' weekend. Frontier effed them sideways this morning. All right, hang on a minute. And of course, F means fun.
Yeah, they fund them sideways.
Fund them sideways.
I mean, Frontier really fund them up.
All right. Back in a second, 9 o'clock hour. I'll tell you the whole story plus a whole lot more next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Two College Brothers is at the ready. You're moving? You call Two College Brothers. Hey, do it right now. If you are planning a move, we're in the busy season, spring, summer. This is heavy-duty, busy moving time. So make sure you get the date and the time that you want. If you're moving, if you know someone that's moving, friend, neighbor, relative, coworker, colleague, whatever, if you know anyone that's moving, don't let them end up with an awful, terrible moving company. That's the last thing you want. Enough to worry about without having a bad moving company. That's why you want to go straight to Two College Brothers Moving and Storage. So twocollegebrothers.com. Remember, you got the others, then you have the brothers. You got to have twocollegebrothers.com for your next move. Mention me, MJ, they'll give you free moving boxes. They'll wrap all your furniture in blankets. They'll handle everything with care. You want a great move at a great price? twocollegebrothers.com, smartest move you'll ever make. You know what's another smart move? Getting your carpets cleaned because they look gross. Your carpets are nasty. And if you want to get them looking nice and new, you want to get your carpets cleaned, you get a hold of my friends at Zero Res. Why Zero Res? It's the process. They use ZR water. It's an electrolyzed water. It's a patented process. They are not using industrial drums of carpet chemical and soap, which leaves a residue. That's why they're called Zero Res. They leave zero residue. You don't want residue because the residue from the other carpet cleaning companies, that sits in your carpet and you're tough that it attracts dirt faster. That's why you want Zero Res. Right now, get 3 rooms of carpeting clean for just $119. 3 whole rooms of carpeting clean, just $119. Book online or call them. Go to ZeroResTampaBay.com. Phone number's on the website, ZeroResTampaBay.com, and tell them MJ sent you and get 3 rooms clean for $119. Traffic's on 8:56 on the MJ Morning Show. We're back with the 9 o'clock hour next.
Traffic's still slow.
9:01 at the MJ Morning Show. If you missed the very tumultuous saga of Chloe and her friend trying to leave Tampa Bay this morning for a girls' weekend in Vegas, holy hell on a popsicle stick. All right, so she finally got off the ground, another $300 more to get to Vegas after Frontier totally screwed them over?
Yeah, I got to go look at her receipt and see what happened here.
Oh, my God. All right, so if you missed what happened, Chloe and her friend, what's her name? Paige?
Yes.
So Chloe and her friend, they get on this kick to go to Vegas for the weekend. And they booked, this is, a month ago they booked Frontier?
Yeah.
It's been a while. Frontier nonstop, Airbus 320 service from Tampa to Las Vegas. Was it Harry Reid McCarran International, Harry Reid, whatever the hell they call it. So they get to the airport this morning, and the flight's delayed like 20 hours. I mean, it's not like delayed 2 hours.
Yeah.
Not delayed 4 hours. No. Their flight was supposed to depart this morning from Tampa to Vegas at 7:30. The flight now scheduled to depart tomorrow morning at 12:30 a.m. So after midnight. It's like, that's not a delay. That's like, a whole different day.
That's a nightmare.
That's what it is. I'm flying Nightmare Airlines. So they've prepaid for some dinner reservations. They bought show tickets. They've got accommodations. I mean, they would miss out on the whole, first night where they have dinner plans and a show and all kinds of crap. And the hotel is not cheap. So Frontier goes from a 7:30 a.m. flight this morning to Vegas to 12:30 tomorrow morning. It's like, what? What are you doing?
It's terrible. It's the worst news they could have given them.
What is this, a prank? Where's the hidden camera, Frontier?
Mm-hmm.
What, am I getting punked? So the mad scrambles on. Michelle's all excited. Okay, I found them a Spirit Airlines flight. It's pretty. And then Spirit was sold out.
Well, so did everybody else in line ahead of them.
So I guess everyone jumped on to try to book. So Spirit sold out that flight quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So then Michelle checks Southwest, and not only are bags not flying free on Southwest anymore, man, they were really jamming that luggage up your butt because Southwest, they wanted $575 for a last minute one-way ticket to Vegas this morning. $575. So ultimately, Michelle was off the show this morning, from 6:20 to 6:55 or 7 o'clock. Michelle was gone. I don't know what's going on. She's in the hallway pacing on the phone. I don't know what the heck's going on. And Michelle's trying to manage the Frontier Airlines crisis.
And I think you did fine, so I can fester. I can come in at 7 now,
You know what? Instead of having an animal on the back tail of the Frontier jet, they ought to have a whole green garden hose. Why?
Because they hose you?
They hose you. Exactly. Or I said earlier, a big wood screw, because you've been screwed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or put a hooker on the back because you've been, all right.
I mean, you paid for it.
Exactly. Put an escort. I guess it fits with the Vegas theme.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so she's off and running. She moved over to an American Airlines flight from Tampa to Phoenix, and then they got to fly. Are they flying American then from Phoenix to Vegas?
Yes, hopefully.
And that cost an additional, so they get their money back from Frontier for the F job there. But it costs another $300 to get on, or $250 or whatever.
It looks like their round trip on Frontier when they bought it at the beginning of the month.
Yeah,
was $221.
And now she's paid how much just one way to get to Vegas?
I think $431.
One way, $431.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Well, thank you, Frontier. Are they the worst U.S. airline now?
You know what? They might be. I mean, you're only saying that because now you have a soft spot in your heart for Spirit, but they might be the worst.
Well, listen, I'm flying Spirit tomorrow night to Fort Lauderdale with Julian to go see my dad. And one thing that I've always tried to avoid with Spirit, the early morning flights tend to be great. Everything's on time, but I've noticed that when I've ever tried to take a late night Spirit flight.
Yeah, it's a little dicey.
That they're always like late, like hours late. I had like a Saturday night, like 9:30 Spirit flight from Fort Lauderdale back to Tampa. Damn thing didn't take off till midnight. So,
but that's with a lot of airlines. That's what I was saying to Festa. The known rule is what? If you can depart first thing in the morning, you kind of have almost a guarantee that your plane is going to be there and ready to go. So that's what these girls did. They totally made their plan around the airline schedule. And there are so few nonstop flights from here to Vegas. They were like, thought about it. 7:30 a.m. You think your plane is going to be there?
Terrible.
Yeah. Well, she's in the air now, so they're happy.
Well, Joe Exotic, you know the guy famous from the Tiger King on Netflix?
Yeah.
Yes. Love that guy.
Joe Exotic is really pushing for a pardon from Trump.
Well, he wanted one at the end of the last term of Trump.
Right, and didn't get it.
And didn't get it.
Right.
Joe Biden didn't give Joe Exotic any love. Now
Joe Exotic says that the pardon is not off the table because now he's looking at what happened to the Chrisleys yesterday.
Oh, that's a different story.
Yeah, well, listen, Joe Exotic, he was federally busted and tried for trying to hire a hitman to take out Carol Baskin, who used to be right up in Citrus Park up off the vet.
I mean, I can't condone hiring people for murder.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit of tax evasion is maybe a clerical issue.
Right.
But no. Well, hang on a minute. The Chrisleys are bad folks.
Okay, but people have been prosecuted for tax evasion years and years and years and years, and presidents going all the way back have pardoned them along the way.
Right, now,
but this Joe Exotic, he was trying to kill someone.
Yeah, he was trying to kill Carol, kill Carol Baskin. Right,
also, he let a worker's arm get chopped off by a.
No, bitten off, not chopped off. It's not like he's a landscaper.
I meant chomped off.
I got some unfortunate news before you see it on the TV tonight.
I'm gonna dig up the clip here in just a second. I don't need you to do it. I'm gonna play the actual audio bite.
His respect for life is a little, lacking.
But listen,
the Chrisleys just tried to pull off a $36 million fraud.
That's it. All right. So the Chrisleys, they're fraudsters. They're grifters, schemers.
Okay.
All right. Now listen.
Yeah.
I don't care who the president is. I don't care Democrat, Republican. One of the rights of being president is you have the privilege, the right to pardon. That's one of the presidential powers that you get. But, the Chrisley case, I mean, don't think for a minute that they were like railroaded. They ripped off banks to the tune of $36 million. They had a whole fraud scheme going on to the tune of over $30 million.
Yeah.
Sticking banks for tens and tens of millions.
It really was genius until it wasn't.
The tax... No, it was not genius. It was freaking criminal and illegal. So Todd Chrisley, 57, and what was the name of the damn show?
They had a couple of incarnations of a show, but they were reality TV stars. We'd watch them occasionally.
And what was the name of the damn show? I'm just asking for the name of the show.
Like Chrisley.
Like Chrisley Knows Best or something?
Like that, yeah.
Well, find the name of the damn show.
Several shows.
Well, find it. Give me the names of the show.
Chrisley.
Yeah, so I never... Yeah, it was... Yeah, Chrisley Knows Best was, I guess, the most famous show. So Todd Chrisley, 57, he was serving a 12-year prison sentence, and he was here in Florida. He was at the federal lockup up in Pensacola as a minimum security
Dude, I had a
prison.
friend that served time up there. He
Really?
said it was like a day camp. Yeah, he had a laundry route. He was able to leave every day.
Julie Chrisley, 52, she was serving a 7-year sentence at a federal lockup in Lexington, Kentucky.
I mean, it's not like these people were doing Shawshank Redemption
Listen,
time.
They were indicted in 2019 on charges including conspiring to defraud community banks over $30 million in loans. So more than $30 million in loans. And they were convicted in June of 2022. They were also convicted of tax fraud. They were trying to defraud the IRS. So they had tax crimes. Then they were taking out these loans, then defaulting. I mean, they had a whole scheme going on to rip off. We're not talking about 10 grand, 20 grand. We're not talking about 100 grand. We're talking $36 million.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they committed crimes Is it the prerogative of the president to pardon them? Absolutely. For federal crimes, you can't pardon. A president can't pardon on state crimes, only federal crimes. But they did it. They were convicted. The evidence was overwhelming. They are bad shyster grifters, okay?
I'm sure they're nice people. They just kind of run a couple of scams. I'm sure they're pleasant to be around.
I'm sure they're not pleasant to be around.
What, you think they're a bunch of ogres? No.
Anyway.
I think they shouldn't have been pardoned for lack of creativity. Chrisley knows best. They've had a million shows with so and so knows best. So and so knows best. Hogan knows best. Somebody else did it before him.
How about Chrisley knows how to rip off banks? How about that for the name of the show?
That would be a great show.
Yeah. Oh, Chrisley knows defrauding.
I mean,
that's the new series. I think. What channel's in talks with them right now?
You're making jokes, but the new show is going to be "Pardon Me, Chrisley."
Oh, Fester, trademark it quickly. Send it in.
He can have it.
Pardon me with the Chrisleys.
Todd Chrisley hears it, he can have it.
Buy that website right now.
I don't want it. Listen. So, the president, our current administration, has a soft spot for people on TV.
Say that again.
Our current administration,
right?
I mean, if you're on TV.
Oh, yeah. I mean, half the administration's like reality TV people.
And so is this Chrisley person. I don't know if they had a relationship before.
You know what? I think Chrisley's going to be the next Secretary of the Treasury.
I mean, think about it.
Hey, speaking of money, speaking of the Treasury and money, the penny is being eliminated.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's been talk about this for years, and finally it's happening because a penny costs about 3.6 cents to make. It is kind of ridiculous that it costs more to make than the value by over threefold.
Did Elon kill the penny with the whole Doge thing?
No.
Or was it?
This has been talked about for a long time.
Okay.
Finally, it's coming to fruition. But, there's all kinds of chatter. What do you do with the old pennies? But the deal is, I saw a number on change. Do you know there's an average? Do you know, on average, Americans have how much money in loose coins just hanging around the house? What do you think? What do you think the number is? The average American has how much in loose change hanging out at the house?
Oh, man.
Maybe it's a jar. Maybe it's all jammed up in a drawer. Maybe you have it all over the place in an ashtray, a coffee canister, a candy dish. How much money on average do you think Americans have in change lying around the house?
If we're going on a national average, I would bet it's in the $90 range. But some folks have thousands of dollars in change.
Did you say $90?
I would guess in the...
Dude.
Because 100 seems like too much for a national average.
The average is $60 to $90.
Yeah.
I don't know who put this number together. I mean, what do they go to people's houses, knock on the door? Hello, here, we want to see your loose change.
Dude, I had a jar of change.
Oh, man, I got a video to show you on 9/11. It's called Loose Change. Come on in here. Come on.
No, I had a jar of change. I had one of those big 5-gallon jugs of change.
Yeah.
And they were
it was like the spring water bottle.
It was like $3,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, it depends. If you have a lot of quarters, then that's going to add up.
Yeah. But, when you say loose change, they were a lot of money.
So you had a plastic one, or did you have an old glass one?
I had a glass one, and I broke it, and I had to get a plastic one after that and pick up shards of glass for a month.
Listen to what happened. My cousins, they had the penny bottle.
Yeah.
And it was mostly all pennies. So my cousins, when I was a kid, like 10, 11 years old, they lived out on Long Island in Rockville Center. And the coolest thing in their kitchen, like you walked in like the side door and it was like a vestibule area. The den was to the left, the kitchen was to the right. And they had kind of like a little sitting area there. They had a big glass 5-gallon spring water bottle, glass. Yeah. And it was filled with pennies. Then one day they heard this huge explosion. The glass blew up and it sent shards. They had glass shards that were stuck in the wood trim around the door.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So you had the same, glass was everywhere.
I dropped something on.
You know what? The pounds of pressure per square inch, the PSI must be enormous,
Yeah, the pissy was really high.
Because how much, I bet you could look this up. How much does a 5-gallon water bottle with pennies weigh? I bet you Google AI will come up with that.
Oh, much
How much does a glass 5-gallon water bottle full of pennies weigh? Full of pennies weigh.
Wait, W-I-G.
Yeah, I bet you it's like 400 pounds.
239 pounds.
Oh, look at that. Look, a 5-gallon jug filled with pennies weighs approximately 238 pounds. I told you Google would know.
How's AI not the greatest thing?
Because it's probably erroneous.
Who's going to fact check it?
It's probably wrong. Anyway, what's going to happen with the penny's still going to be circulating. I mean, you still have billions and billions and billions of pennies. But I'm wondering if more pennies are in people's possession, strewn around the house, than are actually in circulation.
Do you give a crap, honestly? I mean, most transactions are digital.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know? You know, I mean, I stopped carrying my debit card. It's all on my phone now. You just touch my phone and boop, it's paid for.
Oh, guess what?
What?
I didn't play the Joe Exotic audio bite.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you hear it on the news, I'm going to tell you myself. About an hour ago, we had an incident where one of the employees stuck their arm through the cage and a tiger tore her arm off. I can give you your money back, or I can give you a rain check. Why don't you come back at another date?
Yeah, I'll come back another day when an employee's arm is not ripped off by a tiger. I don't know how I'm going to recover from this financially.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
So we were talking about the Chrisleys and how they were pardoned.
Yeah.
The daughter has really kept the attention on her parents. She does a podcast about having relatives in prison, and she befriended.
Well, she spoke at the Republican National Convention.
She befriended the campaign and spoke at the convention.
And wears all kinds of, MAGA gear everywhere. And
so she's a super supporter, and she knew how to socially engineer.
She worked it.
Yeah.
She worked her parents' pardon.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm curious that if Todd Chrisley had murdered somebody, let's say he cheated the IRS, ripped off $36 million from banks, but also he murdered somebody, would have been pardoned?
I mean, the daughter is.
Well, the murder charge would have been a state charge, most likely. But what if it was a federal murder charge?
What if he would have murdered somebody on 2 state lines, like right there at the Four Corners,
like a kidnapping and a murder or something? I don't know.
So, I don't know. I've seen some online scenarios of like the worst people Trump can pardon, and tax fraud. Nobody dies.
Yeah, I mean, listen, but still, the Chrisleys are criminals. There's no doubt about it. All right, but
not anymore.
Any president has the right to pardon. All right, this is just dopey. A woman loves Red Bull so much she got the Red Bull barcode tattooed on her arm, and it works. So she can go to a store, grab a Red Bull, and just scan her arm to check out.
It's called a SKU number, and the SKU is international, or it's amongst every one of that flavor. If it's a different flavor, it needs a different SKU.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know.
So she likes one particular flavor, or does it come in? Is it only one thing?
I mean, I guess they have like sugar-free or something. I don't think they have flavor.
So she knows which one she likes.
Yeah, she likes the standard Red Bull. And she's got the actual, I got to be honest, whoever the tattoo artist that did that, in order for the barcode to actually work and scan, that's some pretty good tattoo artistry there.
I mean, as she puts on weight, won't it get a little distorted?
It's getting larger. Yeah, I don't know if that's a smart move. You tattoo the Red Bull. I have never had a Red Bull. I've tasted it. I tasted Red Bull, and it tasted like, cough syrup to me. Plus, I'm not an energy drinker. I don't need additional energy. I'm able to get enough energy just in my normal travels with my normal food consumption.
Hey, speaking of barcodes, I saw this maybe.
This guy's a maniac.
I saw this like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, I saw this 3 years ago.
Is it that old? Okay.
Yeah. There's this old maniac guy that goes to Costco, and he has a T-shirt with the barcode for the rotisserie chickens on it, and then he flipped out when Costco changed from the plastic bin to the bag. Oh, yeah. It's the Costco maniac chicken guy. Here, listen.
Trouble. I got 5 chickens. I don't want any LED on them. None. Scan my shirt 5 times, buddy. 5 times.
There's your Costco card.
Yeah, let me see your Costco
That's
card.
a regular credit card.
All right.
Okay, hold on. I got one.
Come on, pal.
There you go.
Yeah, there's his Costco card. All right.
I don't want to charge it on this card. I want to put it on this card.
All right.
It's fine.
All right, so he's got the Costco rotisserie chicken thing, a barcode on his shirt, and he wants them to scan his shirt. And it works. Look, item 87,745, is that the chicken? Yeah, that guy's a maniac.
What a nut. He doesn't want the LED on the
I don't know.
chicken?
Yeah. The guy's a total maniac. It's the Costco chicken, dude.
87745.
Yeah, 87745 is the Costco rotisserie chicken number. All right, we got to roll. Final segment next. 8:22. 8:22 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, just a lot of loose ends, a lot of things we got to get to. Hey, speaking of airports and Chloe's disaster, there is a convenience item at the airports that apparently are on the list for phase out. That across, the airport infrastructure across the world, there's a particular convenience item that apparently is in phase out mode, or a lot of airports are talking about phasing these items out. And it's a convenience item for many. Would you be pissed if airports started ripping this thing out? Do you know what it is? If you don't, I'll tell you next. And then, what the hell is this Beanie Baby story?
Wow.
You want to hear a wow? This Beanie Baby story is nuts. I haven't thought about Beanie Babies in 20 freaking years.
You'd never expect this.
Also, the idiots that bought like tens of thousands of dollars in Beanie Babies. You had people that they thought that was going to be their retirement plan. And you're talking about getting hosed with a, valueless piece of junk stuffed animal. All right. But the Beanie Baby, the latest story here is nuts. And we'll get to it next on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105, 104.7 FM. If you have not taken advantage of the Ford employee pricing, hurry before it expires. Where should you go to get Ford employee pricing? You should go to Veterans Ford. Why? It's the experience, folks. Plus, their service department is just incredible. So if you're looking for the best Ford dealership experience, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking for the great experience, regardless of brand, it's Veterans Ford. But right now, for a limited time, it's going to expire soon, you can get a Ford car, truck, or SUV at employee pricing. This is what a Ford factory worker pays when they buy a car from the company they work for. So it's below dealer cost. Ford made this available to everyone, and you should go to Veterans Ford to get your Ford. Why veterans? They'll treat you like family. Their service department is top-notch. So if you don't want a brand-new Ford car, truck, or SUV, they have an unbelievable selection of pre-owned. Just had a friend of mine, very prominent member, well-known in the community, wanted an F-150, and I set them up, and they were taken care of, immensely happy. They called me on a Sunday. They were driving out Monday with their brand new because the deal was done late in the day. It had to be detailed and the final prep, or else they could have had it the same day. And I got a text back from this friend. Oh my God, the experience at Veterans Ford was phenomenal. Best purchase I've ever made. Veterans Ford, Veterans Expressway, and Linebaugh, and tell them that MJ sent you. Got the final check on traffic next. And then we're back with the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show in minutes. Don't move.
Traffic still slow in Tampa.
last night, and I've got, Spotify on, and it's kind of just digging up all kinds of songs. So this song comes on, Waiting for a Star to Fall. And I Googled the song. While I'm walking, I'm Googling the song because I wanted to know a little bit of background. It turns out that the writers of the song ultimately recorded it themselves. They originally wrote that song for Whitney Houston to do, but Clive Davis from, what was it, Arista, right?
He stepped in?
Said, no, so he refused the song and said, nope, that's not a Whitney song. So turned it down. Then
Clive might have been right.
Now, hang on a minute. Then, listen to this. Then they tried to get Belinda Carlisle to do the song. To put it on her, ooh, baby, do you know what that's worth? Heaven, to go on that album.
Yeah.
The Belinda album, whatever that was called. With, what was it? What else? It was Heaven is a Place on Earth, Circle in the Sand. There were a couple of hits off that Belinda Carlisle. Belinda Carlisle actually recorded Waiting for a Star to Fall. She recorded a version, but then she decided not to use it on the album. So Belinda Carlisle recorded a demo of Waiting for a Star to Fall. Oh my God.
Was it great or awful?
Why don't you listen to a little bit of this thing? Again, this came up, out of nowhere yesterday. And then it turns out the demo was leaked and it's actually online. You got to hear this. I know it's only a demo, but holy frigamoly. It's like off key. Listen. Oh my God. This is like bad karaoke. Oh, come on.
You know what? This song worked out because I couldn't picture it any other way than the way it was sung, which is crappy, but still, that's the way it sounds like it should.
No. The one that finally became a hit from the writers of the song that recorded it themselves.
What, Boy Meets World?
Yeah, Boy Meets Girl.
Oh.
Boy Meets World was a TV show.
Apologies.
Listen. I don't think the recording is bad at all. I think it's a good song. It was a hit record.
Are they a one-hit wonder band?
Yeah, they were one hit. I don't think they did anything else of any significance.
Speaking of Whitney Houston, they wrote "How Will I Know?"
Oh yeah,
and "I Want to Dance with Somebody," according to the Google.
Yeah, that is true. So the writers, hey, we want Whitney to record, "Waiting for a Star to Fall," and that's when Clive said, "Nah, that's not a Whitney song." Yeah. So, I mean, they wrote some hit records. How Will I Know? And I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Two iconic songs.
Those are number one smashes. Yeah.
They wrote stuff for Dolly Parton and Denise Williams.
But listen, the Belinda version of this is a nightmare. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Just, content out of nowhere, folks. It's just... content crap from the bowels of internet hell. But man, Michelle, how bad was that Belinda demo? I mean, off key. It was like a drunk karaoke night is what it sounded like.
Not every song is for every performer.
It doesn't matter. You should be able to carry it. I mean, Belinda Carlisle's got a great voice. And she was doing that crap before auto-tune.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she was like high that day.
Why did the demo? Yes.
Maybe her voice burned from whiskey.
Hold on. Andrew, our producer, is because Andrew knows more obscure music crap than anybody. Yes, Andrew.
Yeah. She may have been reading this the first time in that version you heard.
Oh, there's only it was a one-take Jake. She just read it as she was singing it.
Yeah.
She really didn't get to put her effort
didn't
into.
know the tune. She's reading the music and lyrics as she's going.
Hold on. What do you
Thank you, Andrew. Yes,
is this a supposition or is this based on fact?
This is a demo. That's the way a demo is done.
No, you look at the lyrics and you hear the music. You know what? She couldn't carry a tune in the demo.
It's not the easiest song to sing. There's a lot of words in there. You know, it's a.
All right, yeah. Fester's now a composer over here.
You know what? Clive Fester. We don't like that song. That's not a Whitney song. Give me a song about a bathtub.
That's a sick joke. That's a sick one.
All right, Whitney will sleep on it.
All right, 9:37.
What, too soon? What?
Come on.
Sorry, Whitney.
All right, 9:37 at the MJ Morning Show. What convenient airport feature is being considered by many airports for phase out?
Dude, not the people mover.
Exactly what it is.
Shut up.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
That is the only way some airports are even remotely tolerable.
There's a move to remove people movers. Why? Because in many airports, it moves you by the restaurants, bars, and shops, which charge exorbitant amounts of money.
I thought you were going to say because they're always broken.
No.
Yeah.
Yep. This is from the 1 Mile at a Time blog, which I like.
Yeah.
I like view from for airlines, and I'm an airline nerd, and
You don't say.
so view from the wing and 1 Mile at a Time. These are great, travel and airline blogs. And according to 1 Mile at a Time, many airports are ripping out the people mover, and it's strategic that airports are businesses. They make money, fees related to, airplanes, landing fees, gate fees, rent, etc. But the other revenue comes from all of the airport concessions. And airport operators, they want to do whatever they can to distract travelers, so they spend money at these airport locations. And a lot of times, think about it, the people movers, sometimes you've got like the barren, BFE areas of the airport where there's nothing.
Yeah.
But think of like Denver, for instance. You've got a lot of chunks of Denver when you're in, the east or the west side, where you're on the people mover and you're just zipping past, some of the stores.
I don't think so.
Maybe Denver's not hold on a minute. Maybe,
Yeah.
you know what? Hang on, JFK. So maybe Denver's not a good example.
Because even at Charlotte, where I was just with Chloe,
Yeah.
It's a dead area.
yeah, that's the people mover is like once you get past that central zone of like shops and restaurants, then you get on the people mover that takes you like further out to your gate.
Some airports were designed where the people movers are strategically placed so you don't bypass the restaurants, the shops. But there are plenty of airports, and I know I've been to a number of them where I've even thought about it. Hey, I'm on the people mover, and I'm just zipping past all these places where they expect me to spend my hard-earned money. So I know there are a bunch of places, a bunch of airports that have this condition, but there are airports that I think that they kind of designed it so you don't bypass. But the story is that airports that have people movers that move people rapidly past places that want to drain them of their money, for $12 water bottles, and
Detroit's like that.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I'm telling you,
it has breaks every 100 yards or something.
But you bypass how many freaking stores and stuff in the terminal, So just a heads up. And then we have the Beanie Baby story. This might be the final item today. Well, I haven't thought of Beanie Babies, I think, since Princess Diana died. And remember the purple
Princess Bear.
Yeah, Princess Bear. What the hell? The guy that invented the Beanie Baby had some kind of crazed home invasion attack and a barricading situation in his mansion.
So this guy's like crazy rich.
Oh, listen.
And he owns a lot more besides these, dumb stuffed animals.
Well, the guy that invented Beanie Babies and who brought this thing to a worldwide craze, Ty Warner. Because if you remember all the Beanie Baby they had? Was it a heart shape?
Yeah, TY was on the heart.
Ty. Because the name of the company that made the Beanie Babies was called Ty, named after the founder, Ty Warner. Not Time Warner, but Ty, T-Y. But this is nuts. He lives in a mansion out in Santa Barbara, not far from Oprah Winfrey and a lot of. Isn't that what Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have a place out there or whatever?
Yeah, he dropped off a princess beanie to them when they moved in.
A combat veteran who once warned that he was trained to eliminate his enemies, broke into, barricaded himself inside the California home of the Beanie Baby CEO.
He's an old man, too, right?
Yeah.
He's like 80 years old.
Is he that old now?
Yeah.
All right. Well, are Beanie Babies even sold?
So, yes, they're sold.
Are they still around?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about new.
Yeah, every gift shop
Still has Beanie Babies?
If you go down to, there's Beanie Baby. Beanie Babies are still around.
Michelle, didn't your grandmother sink her entire life savings into Beanie Babies?
She did not.
But she had a bunch of them, right?
Yeah, they were gifted to her.
Okay, so she didn't buy those.
Were they willed to her? Whether her affection Gertrude?
Like she and her sisters or her other old lady friends, they'd see something, like you're saying, like they'd be at the Hallmark store.
Yeah.
And like, oh, this little thing made me think of you. And, kind of just like get it for each other. But like there are some very valuable ones. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, what's the most valuable Beanie Baby?
Large Wallace and his squad.
Large Wallace and his squad?
$600,000.
Get out. There's no Beanie Baby going for $600,000. How about a Mr. Hanky Beanie Baby? Do they have that?
No, but they do have Nana the monkey.
Nana the monkey.
That one is worth $4,000.
Get out of here.
That's what it says.
All right, who is still paying $4,000 for a Beanie Baby?
If that's what you collect.
I remember the stories that people sunk their life savings into Beanie Babies thinking they were going to be their retirement plan, and they lost everything. They ended up with, crap that might have gone for a quarter at a garage sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at eBay where Beanie Babies really, really, really took off.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's a bunch of them with stupid, ridiculous prices.
Wait a second. There are Beanie Babies for $1 million on eBay? Get out of here.
Nobody's buying these.
No, these are jokes.
But Beanie Babies are, remember, eBay really kind of took off with Beanie Babies.
What do you say, that eBay was launched because of Beanie Babies?
I think it brought them to a level of prominence, back when things were foreign to do on computers.
You might be right. I don't know. So
remember BJ's mother-in-law?
Oh, yeah.
What was her name?
Norma.
Yeah, Norma. Yeah, Norma.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was destitute because she sunk all her money into Beanie Babies. And then
Well, she worked at a baby store.
Yeah.
I had to go shed shopping with BJ so he could put all her Beanie Babies in the shed.
Yeah, I think she spent $500,000 on Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
And they ended up being worth like $1.290.
Like $6.
Yeah,
total.
$6.
Total.
Exactly. No,
yeah, Beanie Babies are still around.
So here's the deal. Russell Maxwell Fay, 43, was taken into custody by authorities after a standoff with law enforcement. According to the release from the Santa Barbara County, California Sheriff's Office, police said the deputies responded to a call from the Montecito home of reclusive billionaire Ty Warner. He's 80. You're right. The CEO of Beanie Babies. Upon their arrival, the deputies came upon a gravely injured woman inside the home and determined that all of the occupants of the home had escaped. So this maniac broke in, attacked a woman, but there apparently is no tie that this crazed man had to the Beanie. It's not like his mother lost everything by investing in worthless Beanie Babies.
Yeah, he felt totally jilted by this guy living the billionaire's life off of his mother's life savings.
I'm going to hunt down this 80-year-old, and I'm going to show him. I'm going to Beanie Baby him over the head with a bat. But just crazy. I don't know if they put the story together yet. I haven't seen any motive or what the deal is.
The woman's in a coma.
Yeah, the woman is in bad shape. I don't know whether it's medically induced coma to reduce brain swelling or I don't know. But
I'm reading a report that says the family tried to warn law enforcement about him and that he has severe schizophrenia.
Yeah, so he has all kinds of issues.
Yeah.
But there was no real reason why the family didn't say, hey, he's going to break into and attack people in the Beanie Baby mansion.
He broke into the home claiming it as his own and demanding everyone else leave.
So it's just like a random deal.
Totally random.
It could have been Oprah's place he broke in. He could have clobbered Oprah over the head with a bat.
Could have been that Markle and Harry.
Yeah. Well, some people might have cheered that one.
Include me.
Oh, that's terrible. Michelle hates Meghan Markle.
She's mean. She's mean, people.
Yeah. Oh, Michelle hates her. All right, and with that, I think we call it a day on the MJ Morning Show. All right, speak now, forever hold your peace. Anything that I grossly omitted from today's broadcast?
I will hold my peace.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, folks. You need to get a hold of me. I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. That's MJ at MJMorningshow.com. That's my private email. You need to let me know something. If you want to be anonymous, just tell me any content, any information you might have, any hot gossip, anything I need to look into. You want us to be the first to break some news, just send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com. And, of course, my Instagram. People are loving your zombie face, Michelle. It's already, I'm trying to think how many views. Hold on, it shows me now how many views.
No, listen, yesterday, Michelle's zombie impression was one of my favorite things.
Yeah. Yeah, if you missed Michelle's zombie face from MJTV yesterday, it was screen captured and I posted the freeze frame on my Instagram. Yeah, it's got almost 4,000 views already.
It's a Saturday night face as well, so,
man. Yeah, this is every Saturday night at my house. I said, take a look at Michelle. It's on my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio. Give me a follow if you don't. Certified MJ Radio. Folks, have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow for the Friday show, the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM, and let's be careful out there.
The Q105 app is your connection to all the big contests. Powered by Anajar and Levine, accident attorney.